Chapter 2304. The three space eagles didn't believe it at all. From their point of view, Longao was just guessing. Even a peak space undying wouldn't be able to sense the attributes of the 12 primal chaos stone tablets. How could Longao not know what the three were thinking? He laughed coldly in his heart. Longao was extremely confident in his senses. Ice and Fire Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, Lightning Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, Darkness Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, Sky Demon Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, Black Dragon Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, Life Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, Strength Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, Wind and Cloud Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, Spirit Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, Light Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, Mad Blade Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, Divine Spear Primal Chaos Stone Tablet. Other than the Darkness and Lightning Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, the other 10 Primal Chaos Stone Tablets were all different from the 12 Space Rulers' Primal Chaos Stone Tablets. Even though they could sense the attributes of the tablets, they couldn't sense their grades. No matter what. The Primal Chaos Stone Tablets were split into low-grade, mid-grade, and high-grade Primal Chaos Stone Tablets. The 12 Primal Chaos Stone Tablets in front of them, as for what grade they were, they couldn't sense it yet. With the example of thousands of people before them, everyone was scared out of their wits. They were all dumbstruck. No one was unafraid of death. No one stepped forward. The 12 Primal Chaos Stone Tablets were too terrifying. Not to mention normal people, even a peak space undying would be instantly killed by them. Outside the Primal Chaos Plane, the 12 Space Rulers were all shocked when they found out what happened. Even God Mathematician didn't expect that 12 Primal Chaos Stone Tablets would appear in the Primal Chaos Plane. From his point of view, it was extremely rare for a Primal Chaos Stone Tablet to appear in a Primal Chaos Plane. Only the attributes and grades of the 12 Primal Chaos Stone Tablets could be asked. Actually, the 12 Space Rulers were all very clear. Unless the 12 of them personally acted, no one would be able to sense the attributes and grades of the Primal Chaos Stone Tablets. Even Peak Space Undying couldn't do it. Father, what should we do now? What 12 Primal Chaos Stone Tablets meant, Yigudu was very clear. If someone obtained a Primal Chaos Stone Tablet and swallowed it in the Primal Chaos Plane, they wouldn't be able to enter. If someone swallowed it in the future, they wouldn't even be able to stop it. God Mathematician's expression was serious. The situation was out of his control. What should he do? Master Godly Mathematician was very clear that even if he could control the universe cultivators, once they devoured the Primal Chaos Tablets, he wouldn't be able to control them. He was in a difficult position. If the 12 Chaos Steelies of the Primordial Chaos Plane are just beginner Chaos Steelies and mid-grade Chaos Steelies, that's one thing. But if high-grade Chaos Steelies appear, I'll be in big trouble. They were extremely fearful of high-grade Primal Chaos Stone Tablets. Father, why don't we kill everyone? It's too late. Master God Diviner could never have guessed that things would end up like this. If he had known, he would have taken care of everyone and sealed the Primal Chaos Plane. That way, no one would be able to enter. But now, it was too late. Countless people had already entered the Primal Chaos Plane. Even if they stopped others from entering, as long as they were lucky enough, they would be able to obtain a Primal Chaos Tablet. Seeing that his father didn't speak, Yi Dugu's face was gloomy to the extreme. On the other side, Long Qiong had also received the news. He said in shock, Sister Xiling, I really didn't expect that the Primal Chaos Plane would have 12 Chaos Steelies. If Big Brother can obtain all 12 Chaos Steelies, then in the future, the Soaring Dragon Empire will be able to dominate the entire universe. Even the other rulers of the universe will have to avoid them. Xiling nodded in agreement. However, Xiling's expression was very serious. She wasn't as optimistic as Long Qiong. Long Qiong, there is something you don't know. Although your big brother's luck is pretty good and he has many secrets on him, I believe you and I both know what 12 Chaos Stone Tablets mean. Longao might not even be able to obtain one of them, let alone all 12 Chaos Stone Tablets at the same time. It is still unknown. Sister Xiling, how should we help Big Brother? We can't interfere with the matters of the Primal Chaos Plane. This was the most depressing thing for Xiling. Even though they were rulers of the universe, they couldn't enter the Primal Chaos Plane. Not even Master God Diviner could enter, much less them. This was the most troublesome thing of all. Sister Xiling, what should we do now? Long Chong was very worried about his big brother's safety. He was well aware of just what sort of situation existed in the primal chaos plane. Snatching away a primal chaos tablet was an extremely risky endeavor. If one was the slightest bit careless, they would fall into eternal damnation. Xiling thought for a moment, then said helplessly, "There's nothing we can do right now. The only thing we can do is wait here. If Long Chong really does obtain a primal chaos tablet, we have to do everything in our power to help Long Chong leave this place." He was very curious. "Sister Xiling, there's no need for that. Didn't you say that Master God Diviner promised that as long as Big Brother obtained a primal chaos tablet, he wouldn't do anything? Would the rulers of the universe dare go against Master God Diviner's will?" Long Chong knew how strong Master God Diviner was. Even if all the rulers of the universe joined forces, they wouldn't be a match for Master God Diviner. Since Master God Diviner had said so, the other rulers of the universe wouldn't do anything unless Master God Diviner went back on his word. Xiling's face was still serious. She said, "Long Chong, don't be optimistic. No one knows what Master God Diviner means, so we have to be prepared. As soon as Long Chong comes out, we'll do our best." Towards the meaning behind Purple Spirit's words, Long Chong was already very clear about it. If that was really the case, then that was indeed the case. It was best to be careful in everything, as caution was the parent of safety. Xiling and Long Chong stared at the primal chaos plane's entrance. They were both waiting. The 12 primal chaos tablets had appeared, and according to the situation, Long Chong could appear at any time. They had to be prepared. It wasn't just Violet Spirit and Long Chong. Everyone else, including Master God Diviner, was staring at the primal chaos plane entrance. There were 12 primal chaos stone steelies, which meant that 12 rulers of the starry sky would be born. And those so-called rulers of the starry sky didn't want a single ruler of the starry sky to appear. Therefore, anyone who got a primal chaos stone steely would be killed. Chapter 2305. The 12 primal chaos tablets' power was too terrifying. In just a second, thousands of people were killed. What kind of concept was that? Under such circumstances, no one dared to take a step forward. They were helpless. They could only stare at the 12 primal chaos tablets in front of them. No one dared to fight for them. No one dared to fight for them, because no one wasn't afraid of death. Whether it was the first or second universe empire, they didn't make a move against Longao. It was still the same words. In front of the primal chaos tablets, Longao wasn't even worth mentioning. Longao had been sensing the grades of the 12 primal chaos tablets. No matter how he tried, he still couldn't sense their grades. He could only sense their attributes. If it was just Longao alone, he definitely wouldn't be able to sense their attributes. Longao was borrowing the power of the neutral primal chaos tablet. With the neutral primal chaos tablet in hand, Longao still didn't choose to give up. Other than using the neutral primal chaos tablet to sense the grades of the 12, he also wanted to borrow the power of the tablet to see if he could subdue the 12 primal chaos tablets. If he could get the 12 primal chaos tablets, then whether it was for himself or for the Empire, it would be too beneficial. With 12 primal chaos tablets, he could create 12 space rulers. What kind of concept was that? One had to know that in the vast universe, there were only 12 space rulers, of which Xiling and Long Chong were his people. Adding on the 12 primal chaos tablets, his empire would have 14 space rulers. Just thinking about it made him excited. "Brother Long, have you thought of a way?" The 3 space eagles did this on purpose. Because even if they were extreme space undyings, they couldn't take the 12 primal chaos tablets. Without a doubt, Longao wouldn't have a way either. As for their intentions, Longao was very clear. He laughed coldly within. "No, I wonder if the 3 of you have a way." Under such circumstances, it wasn't suitable for him to completely fall out with the 3 of them. He had to deal with the 12 primal chaos tablets first. As for the first and second universe empire, that was a matter for the future. Longao was very clear that the grudge between him and the two universe empires would have to be settled one day. However, it wasn't now. Sky Eagle shook his head with a solemn expression. The 12 primal chaos stone tablets have forbidden powers. As long as we approach them, we will definitely be killed. The death of over 1,000 people is a good example. There was nothing he could do. They could only watch helplessly, unable to obtain it. Everyone was very anxious because as long as they could obtain the primal chaos stone tablet, they would definitely be able to become the ruler of the universe if nothing unexpected happened. The allure of becoming a ruler of the starry sky was too great. What should he do? Lin Han and Wang Dao walked over. Lin Han said coldly, "Longao, you actually dare to appear in front of us. I can't help but admire your courage. If it were someone else, they wouldn't have appeared so casually if they had a grudge against the second-ranked Starry Sky Empire. Except for Longao. He had to admit that Longao was indeed very arrogant. However, Longao didn't care about the two-peak Starry Sky Immortals and the second Starry Sky Empire. He had the Primal Chaos Palace and could enter it at any time. Not to mention a peak Starry Sky Immortal, even a Starry Sky ruler outside would not be able to stop him from entering the Primal Chaos Palace. This was the power of the Primal Chaos Palace. Lin Han, Wang Dao, do you really think you can kill me? It's not that I'm looking down on the second Starry Sky Empire, but you can't do it. Not to mention you, even if all the peak Starry Sky Immortals in the vast universe worked together, they still wouldn't be able to kill me. Ha ha ha. Arrogant. Longao's arrogance caused everyone's expression to change. Because of what Longao just said, not only did he not care about the second Starry Sky Empire, he didn't even care about the other Starry Sky Empires. Trash. Just you. Not to mention all the peak Starry Sky Immortals, any one of them could deal with you. You're just a coward. You dare to come out. That's right. A coward who only dares to hide in a Starry Sky God artifact dares to talk big here. Shameless, disgusting. Ridicule and anger from the 9 Starry Sky Empires swarmed over. Because everyone had seen arrogant people before, but never someone this arrogant. Longao's arrogance could be said to be the first of its kind in history. The 3 eagles' expressions were a bit gloomy. Longao's meaning was very clear. Not to mention the second Starry Sky Empire, even the 3 of them were nothing to him. Longao didn't even care about them. The silhouette couldn't take it anymore and said coldly, "Longao, you're too arrogant." He didn't care at all. Longao laughed and said, "You better not provoke me. Otherwise, I'll kill everyone I see. As for the 9 Starry Sky Empires, I can destroy them all. If you don't believe me, you can try." The more he said, the more ridiculous it got. If it weren't for the 12 tablets appearing at this time, many would have made a move. However, for the sake of getting the 12 tablets, everyone endured. Longao's actions, not only the first and second Starry Sky Empires, even the other 7 Starry Sky Empires, including the other pinnacle Starry Sky Immortals, were all furious. They all looked at Longao with endless killing intent. Longao's actions weren't reckless. He was very clear that his words would bring him a lot of trouble. However, he had to do it. Some things, people had to be a bit more overbearing. Otherwise, they would be bullied all the time. A kind horse would be ridden, a kind man would be bullied. Longao had already decided that no matter who it was, as long as they dared provoke him, he would kill them. Even if he couldn't beat them, it didn't mean he couldn't beat them in this lifetime. Longao had full confidence in his own talent and the potential of his empire. For better development and dealing with the 9 Starry Sky Empires, he had to get one of the 12 tablets. Otherwise, things would get troublesome. Longao didn't dare hope that he could get all 12 tablets at the same time. This was because it was a bit unrealistic. It was almost impossible. Hence, if he could get 1 tablet, it would be a blessing in disguise. Longao, let's wait and see. I hope you can leave the Primal Chaos plane alive. We'll meet outside. I also hope the second Starry Sky Empire can leave here alive. Otherwise, I'll look down on you. Both sides stared coldly at each other. They couldn't wait to start a fight. However, for the sake of the 12 tablets, everyone endured. Chapter 2306. Seeing Longao go against the Second Universal Empire, not even putting the other empires in his eyes, the others sighed. Although Lin Han and Wang Dao were furious, they still forcefully suppressed it. The reason was simple. The most important thing now was the 12 primal chaos stone tablets. If they were to deal with Longao and others beat them to it, they wouldn't even have the chance to regret. If they could kill him in one hit, then Lin Han and Wang Dao wouldn't show any mercy. Only Longao, not to mention one hit, even if he went all out, he might not be able to kill him. This was not to say that Longao was strong, but because Longao possessed a Starry Sky Divine Tool and could enter the Starry Sky Divine Tool at any time. Whether it was a peak Space Immortal, or Space Legend, none of them could enter the Space God artifact. This was the first time they encountered such a situation. They didn't continue fighting, everyone looked towards the 12 primal chaos stone tablets, to see how they could get them. Longao turned and left. Entering the primal chaos hall. He still couldn't use the neutral primal chaos stone tablets to get the 12 tablets. If that was the case, no one would be able to get them. What was the point? Ice and Fire Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, Lightning Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, Darkness Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, Sky Demon Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, Black Dragon Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, Life Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, Strength Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, Wind and Cloud Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, Spirit Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, Light Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, Mad Blade Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, Godspear Primal Chaos Stone Tablet. 5 Elemental Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, Devour Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, Lightning Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, Space Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, Time Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, Destruction Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, Reincarnation Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, Slaughter Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, Divine Divination Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, Sword Intent Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, Undying Tyrant Body Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, Darkness Primal Chaos Stone Tablet. Not counting his neutral Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, there were a total of 24 Primal Chaos Stone Tablets. Other than the 2 Primal Chaos Stone Tablets that were different, the other Primal Chaos Stone Tablets had different attributes. In other words, 24 Primal Chaos Stone Tablets, there were a total of 22 attributes. Of which, the Divine Divination Stone Tablet was definitely a high-grade one. As for the 12 tablets he just saw, he didn't know what grade they were. Very depressed. Should he just give up? He wasn't willing. Longao was well aware that it wasn't just him. He believed that others were the same. No one would be willing to give up after seeing the Chaos Stone Tablet. What should he do? Longao knew that he had to obtain the Chaos Stone Tablet without anyone knowing. If this matter was leaked out, things would become very troublesome. Although Master God Diviner had promised that the Starry Sky Ruler wouldn't do anything to him after he obtained the Primal Chaos Tablet, Longao couldn't guarantee that. You might know a person's face but not his heart. Who knew what Master God Diviner would do? Better to be safe than sorry. He didn't leave for the time being. Longao sat quietly in the center of the Primal Chaos Palace, looking at everything around him. Time passed slowly. Still, no one dared to act rashly. After all, they had learned from the mistakes of their predecessors. Thousands of people had died. It would be a lie to say that they were not afraid. However, there were still some who couldn't resist the temptation. No matter what, everyone knew what the 12 Primal Chaos Tablets represented. If they could devour a Primal Chaos Tablet, they could become a ruler of the universe. The ruler of the Starry Sky dominated the entire Starry Sky. Every once in a while, there would be people constantly stepping in, attempting to forcefully devour the Primal Chaos Tablets. The result? No matter who it was, as long as they touched the 12 Primal Chaos Tablets, they would definitely die. There was no chance of survival. About 3 days later, at least 10,000 people had fainted. This number was still rising. In this world, where there was greed, there would be death. However, the cultivators of the universe and above didn't move at all. What should they do? Everyone was still waiting, looking for an opportunity. The 12 Primal Chaos Tablets were right in front of them. If they left now, No one would be willing. If they couldn't get the primal chaos tablets, they wouldn't give up. Because of this, no one was willing to leave. They all stayed, preparing to get the primal chaos tablets. Longao's figure reappeared. Looking at the 12 primal chaos tablets in front of him, he walked directly towards them. One step at a time, his speed was very slow. However, he wasn't too far away. At this speed, he would be able to reach the tablets in a few minutes. What was Longao trying to do? Longao's name had shaken the world. After all, there were very few people who could contend with the First and Second Cosmic Empires. Moreover, the First and Second Cosmic Empires couldn't do anything to Longao. Everyone watched as Longao walked towards the tablets. They all sneered, mocked and looked down on him. Tens of thousands of people had all fallen. Longao wouldn't be an exception. Whether it was the people from the First or Second Cosmic Empires, they were all pleasantly surprised as they watched Longao walk forward. This was because Longao had the Universe God artifact. Even though his strength wasn't that great, once he hid within the artifact, no one could lock onto his position. Even the peak universe immortals couldn't lock onto him. If Longao didn't die, whether it was the First or Second Cosmic Empires, they would lose all their face. If Longao died, it would be beneficial for everyone. Not long after, Ao Long arrived in front of the 12 Chaos Stone tablets. Instantly, the power of the 12 Chaos Stone tablets completely locked onto him. If it had been like before, since Ao Long had been locked onto by the power, he would have been instantly killed. But what was the result? Even though he had been locked down by the power, Longao didn't die. Instead, he continued forward. Seeing this situation, everyone was shocked. No one had thought that Longao would actually be fine after being locked down by the power of the 12 Chaos Stone tablets. What did this mean? Everyone knew that if Ao Long hadn't been killed by that power, then the greatest possibility was that Ao Long had obtained a primal Chaos Stone tablet. Moreover, it wasn't just one primal Chaos Stone tablet. Perhaps he had obtained 12 primal Chaos Stone tablets at the same time. If that was the case, then wouldn't it be too easy for Longao? Not only that, if Longao really obtained the primal Chaos Stone tablet and became the Starry Sky Sovereign, no one in the entire vast Starry Sky would be a match for Longao. If that were to happen, the 9 great Starry Sky Empires would all be destroyed. Precisely because of this, many people once again rushed out crazily, because in everyone's opinion, since Longao was safe, then the others must also be safe. However, when the others stepped into the range of the power, they were directly annihilated by the power. They didn't even have the chance to react. Seeing this situation, the others who were preparing to attack forcibly endured. Chapter 2307. What was going on? Why was Longao fine? If the others went, they would be instantly killed. Everyone watched as Longao neared the primal chaos tablet. They were all stunned. Such a situation was simply inconceivable. Big brother, should we make a move? Everyone was panicking, because no one knew what was going on. However, everyone was clear that they definitely could not let Longao get the tablet, otherwise, things would become troublesome. Sky Eagle's face was gloomy, as ugly as it could get. Because even Sky Eagle would never have imagined that things would turn out like this. If he didn't see it with his own eyes, he wouldn't have believed it even if he was beaten to death. No one could get close to the tablet, yet Longao could. This was simply impossible. However, the truth was right in front of him. He had no choice but to believe it. What was going on? It was depressing. Let's wait and see. With the previous example, no one dared to make a move. Because the energy emitted from the 12 tablets was enough to instantly kill everyone. The 20+ Pinnacle Universe Undyings all had a feeling that this energy could instantly kill them. Longao arrived before the tablet. It wasn't that he was completely confident, because Longao was going all out. He was only guessing that since he had the attributeless tablet, he might be able to get close to it. It was completely a gamble. If he won, he might be able to get the tablet. If he lost, he would probably be instantly killed by the 12 tablets. However, in the end, he still won. Because when he arrived before the tablet, He wasn't killed by the energy at all. He could finally heave a sigh of relief. Ice and Fire Chaos Tablet, Lightning Chaos Tablet, Darkness Chaos Tablet, Sky Demon Chaos Tablet, Black Dragon Chaos Tablet, Life Chaos Tablet, Strength Chaos Tablet, Wind and Cloud Chaos Tablet, Spirit Chaos Tablet, Light Chaos Tablet, Mad Blade Chaos Tablet, and Divine Spear Chaos Tablet. Others might not be able to sense the attributes of the 12 tablets, but Longao could clearly sense them. The Primal Chaos Stone Tablet that Longao came to was precisely the Spirit Primal Chaos Stone Tablet out of the 12. There was almost no need to guess. Longao already knew that the energy attribute of this Primal Chaos Stone Tablet was the extremely strange mental energy. Should he make a move? Looking at the Primal Chaos Stone Tablet in front of him, Longao felt a bit awkward. If he made a move, he might be instantly killed by the Primal Chaos Stone Tablet. No matter what, coming and touching were two different things. They were two completely different concepts. Other than that, Longao had another concern, and that was the people behind him. Taking a step back. Even if he did manage to obtain the Chaos Stone Tablet, there was no way he could hide it. If word of this got out and the 12 rulers of the starry sky found out about it, would he be able to leave this place safely? There was no doubt about it. Even if Master God Diviner had made a promise, the other rulers of the stars hadn't. Even if Master God Diviner wanted him to devour the Chaos Tablets, he would only be able to devour a single Chaos Tablet. Longao's ambitions were just as great. He wanted to obtain all of the Chaos Tablets. He already had the attributeless Chaos Tablet. Although he didn't know what the attributeless Chaos Tablet was, Longao didn't plan on devouring the other Chaos Tablets. He had always felt that the Chaos Tablet he had devoured wasn't simple. Because of this, Longao had already decided that no matter what happened, he would refine the attributeless Chaos Tablet in his body. For a moment, Longao didn't know what to do. Longao stood there quietly. He didn't step forward, nor did he touch the 12 Chaos Tablets. Everyone behind him was stunned. They were all very nervous. Because no one knew whether or not Longao would be able to obtain the Primal Chaos Tablet. From the looks of it, it wouldn't be easy for Longao to obtain the Primal Chaos Tablet. Not long later, the news that Longao hadn't been killed and that he had approached the Primal Chaos Tablet had already reached the ears of the 12 rulers of the stars. When Yidugu heard this, he was shocked. Somewhat impatiently, he said, "Father, Longao can already approach the Primal Chaos Tablets. If this continues, not only will Longao devour the Chaos Tablets, but he will also be able to obtain the other Chaos Tablets." Impossible. Master God Diviner laughed, then continued, "According to my calculations, Longao will definitely devour the Chaos Tablets. Perhaps the descent of the Primal Chaos Planes was specially prepared for Longao." Hearing his father's words, Yidugu's face changed. He knew his father's personality very well. If he wasn't sure about something, he wouldn't say it so casually. If that was really the case, then Longao was simply too great of a variable. The 12 Chaos Tablets were specially prepared for Longao. Didn't that mean that Longao could challenge any one of them? According to my calculations, if nothing unexpected happens, Longao will at most be able to devour one of the Chaos Tablets. He won't be able to touch the rest. Seeing his father so confident, Yidugu more or less relaxed. This was because he was really worried that Longao would devour the other Chaos Tablets and take them away. If that really happened, then the Soaring Dragon Empire, including Longao, would have 12 rulers of the stars. Including Longqiong and Xiling, there would be 14 rulers of the stars. What kind of concept was that? How could Master God Diviner not know what his son was thinking? After thinking for a moment, he said, "I already promised Longao that I wouldn't interfere if he devoured the Chaos Tablets. The other rulers of the stars can't interfere either. This is fate. Even I can't change it. So, there's no need for us to stop Longao from devouring the Chaos Tablets." Yidugu sighed deeply. If he had known this would happen, he would have gone all out to kill Longao. Once Longao devoured the Chaos Tablets and became a ruler of the stars, killing Longao would be harder than ascending to the heavens. But now that things had come to this point, there was no point in regretting it. Right now, the most important thing was to think of a way to get the remaining 11 Chaos Tablets. Right now, all they could do was wait. Even Master God Diviner couldn't do anything. Who let the Chaos Plane have a Chaos Shield? The 12 rulers of the stars couldn't enter. Long Qiong and Violet Spirit also received the news. The two of them were pleasantly surprised. However, they didn't dare to confirm whether or not Longao would be able to swallow the Chaos Stone Tablets. After all, the Chaos Stone Tablets were different from other things. It depended on fate. Otherwise, why would the 12 Chaos Stone Tablets not choose anyone else but the 12 of them all those years ago? Long Qiong and Xiling didn't dare to wander around. They waited for Longao to come out. Chapter 2308. Whether or not to attack, Longao wasn't completely sure. What if he was attacked by the primal Chaos Stone Tablet? What would he do then? It would be a lie to say that he wasn't afraid. Longao didn't attack. Everyone behind him waited anxiously because no one knew if Longao would be able to obtain the primal Chaos Stone Tablet. Longao is attacking. Seeing that Longao was preparing to make a move, everyone was shocked. Everyone became even more impatient because no one knew if Longao would be able to successfully obtain the primal Chaos Stone Tablet. In the distance, Longao finally couldn't wait any longer and started to touch the tablet. He had already thought about it. Once he was attacked by the tablet, he would immediately leave. Longao also did not have full confidence. Whether or not he could succeed was really an unknown. He carefully stretched out his right hand and gently touched the tablet. He didn't suffer any attacks. Longao finally let out a sigh of relief. Seeing that Longao touched the primal Chaos Stone Tablet and did not suffer any attacks, everyone was shocked. No one knew how Longao did it. Let's attack. Sky Eagle couldn't wait any longer because he didn't know if Longao would be able to obtain all of the tablets. It was better to be safe than sorry. If Longao managed to obtain the 12 primal Chaos Stone Tablets, wouldn't their trip here be in vain? Moreover, once Longao obtained the tablet and became the ruler of the universe, not to mention the first or second Starry Sky Empire, even if the 9 great Starry Sky Empires joined forces, they would still be killed by Longao. Cut the weeds and eliminate the roots to prevent future troubles. In the end, Sky Eagle and the others were still afraid. It wasn't just Sky Eagle and the others. Even Lin Han and Wang Dao from the Second Starry Sky Empire were filled with fear. No matter what happened, they couldn't let Longao touch the tablet. Looking at everyone heading towards him, Longao laughed coldly in his heart. Then, he took the Chaos Stone Tablet and disappeared from where he was. The primal Chaos Stone Tablet did not attack. Longao was overjoyed. He was very clear on what this meant. If that was the case, not to mention obtaining one of the Chaos Tablets, even obtaining all of the Chaos Tablets would be a matter of minutes. Even now, Longao had never imagined that he would be able to obtain the primal Chaos Stone Tablet. He didn't touch the other primal Chaos Stone Tablets. Longao's meaning was very simple. Even if the other rulers of the Starry Sky found out that he had obtained a primal Chaos Stone Tablet, they wouldn't do anything to him. In any case, the God Diviner's power was still there. However, if he were to obtain all 12 Chaos Stone Tablets at the same time, then he would be in big trouble. Even the other rulers of the Starry Sky wouldn't let him off the hook, especially not Master God Diviner. Would the God Diviner allow him to obtain all 12 Chaos Stone Tablets at the same time? What a joke. Longao disappeared. Longao disappeared with the primal Chaos Stone Tablet. Looking at Longao, who had already disappeared, and the primal Chaos Stone Tablet, everyone was completely stunned. Longao had obtained the primal Chaos Stone Tablet so quickly. Wasn't this a bit too fast? Before anyone could even react, it had already happened. Everyone came to a stop, because no one dared to touch it. If they were killed by the primal Chaos Stone Tablet, then they would be trying to steal a chicken only to end up losing the rice used to lure it. Everyone looked at each other. In this situation, no one knew what to do. Continue to attack. Or leave. If they chose to give up just like that, they were a bit unwilling. This was because they had entered the primal chaos plane for the primal chaos stone tablet. Because of this, no one was willing to leave. The spiritual primal chaos stone tablet had already been taken away by Longao. Now, there were only 11 primal chaos stone tablets left. As for what attributes they had, no one knew. Apart from Longao, no one knew. Finally, there were still some people who couldn't resist the temptation and immediately attacked. The result was the same. They were killed by the primal chaos stone tablet without any reaction. What was going on? Longao could smoothly take away the primal chaos stone tablet. As for the others, as long as they touched the tablet, they would be killed immediately. Was there something wrong with Longao? Other than that, they couldn't think of any other reason. He felt very helpless and depressed. 11 primal chaos stone tablets. Ice and fire primal chaos stone tablet, lightning primal chaos stone tablet, darkness primal chaos stone tablet, sky demon primal chaos stone tablet, black dragon primal chaos stone tablet, life primal chaos stone tablet, power primal chaos stone tablet, wind and cloud primal chaos stone tablet, light primal chaos stone tablet, mad blade primal chaos stone tablet, godly spear primal chaos stone tablet. Each of them emitted their own light. It was extremely intense. No one could step into the light because no matter who it was, as long as they did, they would definitely be killed. There was no suspense. But just at this moment, of the remaining 11 primal chaos stone tablets, the light above the godly spear primal chaos stone tablet suddenly dimmed. It was as if it had lost its light. Seeing this situation, everyone began to laugh loudly. Everyone knew exactly what had happened. The primal chaos stone tablet that had lost its light would not continue to fight back. In that case, no matter who it was, they would be able to obtain the primal chaos stone tablet. Without any hesitation, everyone began to rush towards the tablet, madly attacking. Because this was the best time to get the tablet. The moment they missed it, who knew if they would get the other tablets? Get it first, then flee far away and hide to refine the tablet. The moment they succeeded, as long as there weren't any accidents, they could use the tablet to become a space ruler. Under such circumstances, everyone, in order to successfully get the tablet, didn't care about anything else. They began to madly attack everyone around them. No matter who it was, they killed without mercy. Of which, 20+ peak space experts couldn't do it. There were also 50+ space undyings who were the most destructive. Madly attacking, in a few seconds, tens of thousands of people were killed. At this rate, it wouldn't take more than a few minutes before the number would increase by tens of times. What kind of concept was this? But one had to know that this was only the first primal chaos stone tablet. There were still 10 more primal chaos stone tablets to go. If this continued, perhaps 90% of the people here would die, or even more. But even so, countless people still rushed towards the tablet. Even if they were only level 1 space cultivators, they weren't willing to give up this chance. Because everyone knew that as long as they could get the tablet, they could become a space ruler. When that time came, they would be able to stand proudly in space, undefeatable. For this goal, everyone went crazy. Chapter 2309. The primal chaos stone's light had already disappeared, and a god spear was faintly discernible. The god spear primal chaos stone tablet. In the blink of an eye, everyone rushed over. Without any hesitation, they all began to madly snatch it. The primal chaos stone tablet, they had to get it. No matter who it was, they all hoped to get it. After getting it and refining it, they could become a space ruler. Screams resounded. The people around began to fall, one after another. In a few minutes, the ground was littered with corpses. What exactly was going on? If it was any other time, everyone would probably avoid it. Only now. The temptation of the primal chaos stone tablet was simply too great, no one could resist it. Even though they knew they would fall, they still madly tried to snatch it, as though their lives weren't their own. The 3 space eagles, Lin Han, Wang Dao and the other peak space undying, were the ones with the best chances to snatch the tablet. Everyone snatched the tablet, each of them grabbing a corner of the tablet. Let go. Scram. The Primal Chaos Stone tablet is mine. The Primal Chaos Stone's light had already disappeared, it wouldn't continue attacking. This way, no matter who it was, not just a peak space undying, even a level 1 space cultivator could easily get the tablet. Everyone was well aware of this. Zhao Chong's luck was extremely good. After grabbing the tablet, he immediately turned and left. Zhao Chong got the tablet. Zhao Chong, give it to me. Zhao Chong laughed. If it was any other time, if the 3 old ancestors wanted something, Zhao Chong wouldn't dare not give it to them. However, at this time, Zhao Chong chose to ignore them. Seeing Zhao Chong ignore them, the 3 space eagles were enraged to the extreme. They never would have thought that Zhao Chong actually dared to betray them. Kill. Not just the 3 space eagles, even the others began to madly attack Zhao Chong. However, Zhao Chong wasn't worried at all, instead he was pleasantly surprised. Without any hesitation, he began to devour the tablet. The result? Zhao Chong couldn't devour the tablet at all. However, at this time, Zhao Chong could only choose to leave. As for devouring the tablet, that could only wait. Zhao Chong was helpless to the extreme. With a space almighty here, no matter who it was, they could kill him. Zhao Chong's speed soared to the extreme. Even so, there were people everywhere, completely surrounding him. It was practically impossible for Zhao Chong to smoothly escape. Zhao Chong was dumbfounded. So what if he obtained the Chaos Tablet? He still couldn't leave this place. If that was the case, then forget about devouring the Chaos Tablet, he didn't even know if he could successfully leave this place. What should he do? Crack, 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 in just a few seconds. Zhao Chong had already been killed by the surrounding people. As for the Primal Chaos Tablet, it landed in the 3 Space Eagles' hands. The 3 were immediately happy. Their situation was completely different from Zhao Chong's. No matter what, they were still peak space undying. Everyone was very clear about what the peak starry sky immortal realm meant. Normally, no one would dare to go against 3 starry sky undyings. Even other peak starry sky undyings didn't dare to provoke them casually. However, the situation was completely different now. For the Primal Chaos Tablet, no matter who it was, they would dare to make a move against 3 peak universe undyings. Second brother, third brother, help me clear the way. Big brother, hurry up and devour the Primal Chaos Tablet. The Primal Chaos Stone Tablet was not something that just anyone could casually devour. This was also the most depressing thing for everyone. This was especially so for Sky Eagle, who was extremely dejected. It had not been easy for him to obtain the Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, but now, he was unable to devour it. For the Primal Chaos Tablet, everyone continued to attack the 3 Space Eagles madly. Within the Primal Chaos Palace, Longao chuckled helplessly. For the sake of obtaining the Primal Chaos Tablet, these space cultivators were all dumbfounded. One by one, they attacked madly, but one by one, they fell. At this rate, not to mention whether or not they would be able to obtain the Primal Chaos Tablet, it was likely that everyone here would perish. Without bothering about the others, Longao looked at the Primal Chaos Tablet in his hands, his heart filled with joy. Until now, he had not expected that he would be able to obtain one of the Primal Chaos Tablets so easily. Spirit Primal Chaos Tablet. Longao didn't plan on devouring this Primal Chaos Tablet. No matter what, he had already devoured the attributeless Primal Chaos Tablet. There was no need for him to devour the other Primal Chaos Tablets. As for the Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, Longao had already thought of where to take it. If nothing unexpected happened, Longao was going to give this Primal Chaos Stone Tablet to his grandfather to devour. Otherwise, it would be his parents. However, Longao had already thought it through. Just obtaining a Primal Chaos Stone Tablet was far from enough. This was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for him. However, Longao was very clear that he couldn't reveal that he had obtained another Primal Chaos Tablet. It was still the same sentence. It might be fine for him to obtain one Primal Chaos Tablet, but if news of him obtaining other Primal Chaos Tablets were to spread, he would be in big trouble. The other Starry Sky rulers probably wouldn't let him off the hook, not to mention the others. What should he do? After thinking about it, Longao decided to use the Space Corps slaves. In the blink of an eye, Countless Space Corps slaves swarmed out. There were tens of thousands of Space Corps slaves. Although Space Corps slaves weren't the strongest, they had an undying body. Even a peak space immortal couldn't truly destroy a Space Corps slave. At this time, using the Space Corps slave's power was the most appropriate. At this time, tens of thousands of Space Corps slaves suddenly appeared. No one cared because everyone was crazily attacking the 3 Space Eagles in an attempt to snatch the Primal Chaos Tablets. The 3 Space Eagles also began their slaughter. Everyone killed was one less. As for the other Space Corps slaves, they surrounded the remaining 10 Chaos Stone Tablets, trying to seize the other Chaos Stone Tablets. Besides the Divine Spear Primal Chaos Tablet, there were still 10 Primal Chaos Tablets left. Ice and Fire Primal Chaos Tablet, Lightning Primal Chaos Tablet, Darkness Primal Chaos Tablet, Sky Demon Primal Chaos Tablet, Black Dragon Primal Chaos Tablet, Life Primal Chaos Tablet, Power Primal Chaos Tablet, Wind and Cloud Primal Chaos Tablet, Light Primal Chaos Tablet and Mad Blade Primal Chaos Tablet. Everyone was crazily chasing after the 3 Space Eagles. As for the remaining 10 Primal Chaos Tablets, there were only a few left because there wasn't much use for them. However, there were still people who stayed, hoping to obtain the remaining Primal Chaos Tablets. Chapter 23:10. The remaining 10 Primal Chaos Stone Steelies were still flickering with light. No one dared to take a step forward. This was because everyone was very clear that if they touched the remaining 10 Chaos Stone Tablets at this time, they would undoubtedly die. The result would be to be killed by the tablets. Outside. When the space rulers received the news, they were all extremely excited. Longao had obtained the tablet and the space rulers had decided to let him devour it. As for the others, they would all be killed. Including the 3 Space Eagles, because even peak space undyings were nothing in front of the space rulers. Other space rulers might not be able to kill peak space undyings, but that didn't mean the god mathematician couldn't. If the god mathematician wanted to kill peak space undyings, it would be a matter of minutes. If everyone knew that there was a space ruler outside, they probably wouldn't dare leave even after obtaining the tablet. The current situation was because no one knew that there was a space ruler outside, except for Longao. The 3 Space Eagles obtained the tablet and immediately prepared to leave. However, would they be able to leave? Without a doubt, it was definitely impossible. Even if others couldn't stop them, it didn't mean other peak space undyings couldn't. Longao's figure suddenly appeared. Scram! Things had already reached this point. It could be said that if a human blocked them, they would kill them. From the beginning to the end, the 3 people did not put Longao in their eyes. Longao's life and death would not be in their hearts at all. Longao would leave. Laughing coldly, for the sake of obtaining the tablet, both sides were willing to shed all pretense of cordiality. In this situation, it was either you die or I die. This point, whether it was Longao or the 3 Space Eagles, they were all very clear. Longao didn't have the slightest fear and attacked resolutely. The primal chaos axe in his hand viciously swung towards the 3 peak space undyings. Longao, Lin Han, and Wang Dao were originally enemies, but now, everyone was actually working together to kill the 3 Space Eagles. No one wanted to deal with Longao. The reason was simple. Everyone knew that Longao possessed a Starry Sky divine tool. Even if they knew that Longao had obtained the Primal Chaos Stone Tablet and could enter the Starry Sky divine tool, no one would be able to kill Longao. It was because of this. Everyone wanted to kill the 3 Space Eagles. Even though the 3 Space Eagles were strong, they couldn't casually choose to leave. The current 3 Starry Sky Eagles could be considered to be extremely depressed. The Sky Eagle had been devouring the Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, but it was unable to do so. If this continued, even if they obtained the Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, it was still unknown whether they could successfully leave this place with the Primal Chaos Stone Tablet. Big brother, let's try. Earth Eagle and Human Eagle were impatient. Could it be that in front of the Chaos Stone Tablet, there wasn't even brotherhood? Sky Eagle was very unwilling to hand over the Primal Chaos Stone Tablet because he was very clear that he could no longer devour the Primal Chaos Stone Tablet. He might as well let his second brother and third brother try. If the two of them could devour the primal chaos stone tablet, at least they would be on the same side. When Earth Eagle and Human Shadow obtained the primal chaos stone tablets, the two of them were pleasantly surprised. Without the slightest hesitation, Zhongxian began devouring. Whether it was the Earth Eagle or the Human Eagle, they were no different from the Sky Eagle. They were unable to devour the primal chaos stone tablets. It was extremely depressing. A treasure like the primal chaos tablet wasn't something you could devour as you wished. It had to depend on fate. If it was fated, there was no need to devour it. It would be sent to you directly. If it wasn't fated, even if you tried to forcefully devour it, it would be impossible. Even if they couldn't devour it, the three space eagles didn't choose to give up. From their point of view, not devouring the tablet now didn't mean they wouldn't be able to in the future. Shattering space, Longao began to kill the three space eagles. Before the three starry sky eagles could react, the divine spear primal chaos stone tablet they had just obtained flew off into the distance. In just a short while, the divine spear primal chaos stone tablet had already disappeared without a trace. Everyone was stunned. The primal chaos tablet had chosen to leave just like that. Without any hesitation. Everyone, including Longao and the three space eagles, rushed towards the tablet. Their speed was extremely fast. Countless people were crazily fighting for the tablet. The tablet was too fast. Don't talk about others, even a peak space undying couldn't catch up to it. Everyone could only watch as the tablet disappeared from their sight. Even if they were extremely unwilling, they couldn't do anything about it. Without a doubt. Under such circumstances, everyone chose to give up. No matter what, there were still 10 primal chaos tablets. If they grabbed hold of them, they might be able to get the tablet. The others chose to give up. Only Longao continued to follow. Using space teleportation, his speed rose to an extreme. Even so, there were a few times where he almost lost sight of the tablet. In a very secluded place. The divine spear primal chaos tablet stood there quietly. Longao didn't immediately make a move. Instead, he stared at it. Because even he didn't have full confidence in getting the tablet. After all, he had already gotten the spiritual primal chaos tablet. Longao probed the super primal chaos stone steely, step by step. Before long, he had already arrived before the primal chaos stone steely. Longao realized one thing. If it was anyone else, including himself, even if they obtained the primal chaos stone tablet, before they successfully devoured it, the primal chaos stone tablet would still leave on its own. This was something that no one could stop. However, others didn't know. Longao was extremely confident. As long as he could bring the tablet into the primal chaos hall, the tablet wouldn't be able to escape. For example, the spiritual primal chaos tablet would obediently stay in the hall. Reaching out his right hand, he gently touched the divine spear primal chaos tablet. At this moment, Longao could clearly sense that the tablet wanted him to refine it. He was shocked. Because Longao never would have thought that things would turn out like this. If he didn't devour the attribute-less primal chaos tablet, under such circumstances, he wouldn't hesitate to devour the divine spear primal chaos tablet or even the spiritual primal chaos tablet. But now, he resolutely gave up on devouring the divine spear primal chaos tablet. This was because he still felt that the attribute-less primal chaos tablet he had devoured wasn't simple. It might even be above these primal chaos tablets. Because whether it was the previous 12 primal chaos tablets or the current 12 primal chaos tablets, they were all attribute-less primal chaos tablets. Only his primal chaos tablet was attribute-less. It was a little special. Since this was the case, Longao didn't continue to be courteous. Chapter 23:11. Longao forcefully took the divine spear primal chaos stone tablet. To prevent the divine spear primal chaos stone tablet from running away, he immediately sent it into the primal chaos palace. Like this, Longao finally put down the worry in his heart. He had full confidence in the primal chaos palace. Even the primal chaos stone tablet couldn't escape. Just like that. Longao had already successfully obtained 2 primal chaos stone tablets. They were the spiritual primal chaos stone tablet and the divine spear primal chaos stone tablet. There were still 10 left. They were the ice and fire primal chaos stone tablet, lightning primal chaos stone tablet, darkness primal chaos stone tablet, sky demon primal chaos stone tablet, black dragon primal chaos stone tablet, life primal chaos stone tablet, strength primal chaos stone tablet, wind and cloud primal chaos stone tablet, light primal chaos stone tablet and mad blade primal chaos stone tablet. Longao was also extremely surprised. He originally thought that being able to obtain a primal chaos stone tablet was already a fortune amidst misfortune. He never would have thought that in just a few days, he would successfully obtain 2 primal chaos stone tablets. He was very clear on what 2 primal chaos stone tablets meant. 2 primal chaos stone tablets. As long as he could successfully devour them, he could successfully create 2 space rulers. Even so, Longao still didn't give up on obtaining the other primal chaos stone tablets. The 10 primal chaos stone tablets still stood between heaven and earth. Above each primal chaos stone tablet, there was a ball of light that no one dared to approach. No matter who it was, as long as they approached the 10 primal chaos stone tablets, they would immediately be killed. There was no suspense at all. This was the power of the 10 primal chaos stone tablets. It was indeed so. No one was willing to die for nothing. Amongst everyone, the most depressed were probably the 3 space eagles. They had clearly obtained the primal chaos stone tablets, but in the end, they still let it run away. The others were rejoicing in their misfortune. No one was willing to see the 3 space eagles obtain the primal chaos stone tablets. Even some people from the number 1 space empire had such thoughts. Everyone stared deadly at the 10 primal chaos stone tablets in front of them. All of them were ready to attack. As long as the ball of light disappeared from the primal chaos stone tablets, they wouldn't hesitate to attack. Longao had returned. Seeing the sudden appearance of Longao, everyone looked at him coldly. They were all furious. Because everyone knew that the first primal chaos stone tablet had been obtained by Longao, but they were powerless. Congratulations. They didn't even call him Brother Long. The 3 space eagles wanted nothing more than to directly kill Longao. Until now, no one knew how Longao had done it. How had he been able to obtain the primal chaos stone tablet so smoothly? Why did the primal chaos stone tablet run away when they obtained it? And Longao had the primal chaos stone tablet was safe and sound. What was going on? They were very depressed. Couldn't understand. They really couldn't. You're too, I was. Luck. Only a ghost would believe that there were no fools here. If it was just a fluke, then Longao was too lucky. It could almost be said that Longao definitely had a way to obtain the primal chaos stone tablet. Since Longao could obtain the first primal chaos stone tablet, then he could obtain the second, the third, the fourth, and even the 5th. He might even be able to obtain the remaining primal chaos stone tablets. Sky Eagle laughed, forcefully suppressing the anger and unwillingness in his heart. He calmly said, "Brother Long, you've already obtained a primal chaos stone tablet. As long as you devour it, barring any accidents, you can become a ruler of the universe." Longao shrugged. He didn't say anything. He had already guessed what Sky Eagle wanted to say. In his heart, he laughed coldly. "Brother Long, I hope you can tell us how to obtain the primal chaos stone tablet and how to control it. We can't thank you enough." How to obtain the primal chaos stone tablet wasn't difficult for the 3 space eagles. The only problem was how to control the primal chaos stone tablet. That was the greatest difficulty. Just now, the 3 of them had obtained the primal chaos stone tablet, but they couldn't devour it, nor could they keep it. If this continued, they would be completely finished. Because if this continued, no matter how many primal chaos stone tablets they obtained, the primal chaos stone tablet would leave on its own. Just as expected. Longao wasn't surprised in the slightest, because he had already guessed what they were thinking. He cursed in his heart. But now wasn't the time to completely fall out with the 3 of them. No matter what, whether it was himself, Xiling, or anyone else, none of them had successfully refined the primal chaos stone tablet and become a ruler of the universe. If that was the case, if he completely fell out with the three of them, it wouldn't matter to him, but it wouldn't benefit the Empire at all. When he thought of this, Longao helplessly smiled and said, "To be honest, I am also unable to control the primal chaos stone tablet. As for the reason why I was able to obtain the primal chaos stone tablet, even I do not know. However, I can honestly tell you that even I am unable to keep the primal chaos stone tablet. Who knows when the primal chaos stone tablet will leave?" Half believing, half doubting. Because the three Space Eagles didn't know whether Longao was telling the truth or not, because they didn't dare to be sure that Longao had obtained the primal chaos stone tablet, and whether or not he could leave. Everything was better than being too careful. If Longao really could devour the primal chaos stone tablet and become a ruler of the universe, then no one would be able to defeat him. It would be a lie to say they weren't afraid. "Longao, you and I have always been allies." Before the three Space Eagles finished speaking, Longao had already interrupted them. He said impatiently, "If you want to obtain the primal chaos stone tablet, each of you has to rely on your own ability. If you want me to help you obtain the primal chaos stone tablet, I can tell you right now that it's impossible. You and I are both smart people. I don't need to say more about what you're thinking. I believe you should know. Why bother? If that's the case, then it's meaningless." How could the three Space Eagles not understand Longao's meaning? They were helpless. In this situation, even if they attacked, it wouldn't be meaningful. They coldly snorted and didn't continue to talk nonsense. Instead, they turned to look at the 10 primal chaos stone tablets in front of them. Because no one knew when the 10 primal chaos stone tablets would disappear and attack. If they missed this opportunity, they wouldn't even have the chance to regret it. Longao was also waiting, but he had full confidence that if he went over now, he could obtain the remaining 10 primal chaos stone tablets. However, Longao didn't do so. The reason was simple. If he openly obtained all the primal chaos stone tablets, then the ruler of the universe wouldn't let him go. He would have endless troubles coming for him. There was no need to do so. Chapter 23:12. Everyone was waiting for the other chaos stone tablets. Right at this moment, a dragon's roar reverberated through the skies. The black dragon primal chaos stone tablet among the 10 primal chaos stone tablets suddenly transformed into an enormous black dragon that towered over the heavens. Others did not know the attributes of the chaos stone tablets. Only Longao was clear about it. "Let's go." Everyone was scared silly. They never would have thought that the chaos stone tablet would initiate an attack. If that was the case, who would be able to defend against the attack of the chaos stone tablet? The black dragon's attack. Before anyone could react, 10% of the people had been wiped out by the black wolf. In the blink of an eye, everyone had fled without a trace. Longao was the only one who stayed behind. Longao's figure disappeared from the Chaos Palace. After everyone had left, he once again appeared in front of the black dragon chaos stone tablet. He laughed. Longao did not think that this would be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for him. There was no one around. Even if he obtained the black dragon chaos stone tablet, no one would know. Grabbing the black dragon chaos stone tablet, before Longao could react, the black dragon had already charged towards him. Longao never would have thought that the black dragon would initiate an attack on him. Even so, Longao did not choose to give up. The more chaos stone tablets he obtained, the more beneficial it would be for him. Forcefully attacking, borrowing the power of teleportation, and constantly dodging, Longao still managed to get close to the chaos stone tablet. He forcefully moved the black dragon chaos stone tablet into the Chaos Palace. When the black dragon disappeared, Longao also disappeared. A full 2 hours passed. Everyone who had just left returned one after another. Even now, they were still in shock. In just a few minutes, hundreds of thousands of people had died. What sort of concept was this? The black dragon chaos stone tablet had disappeared. Looking at the disappearing chaos stone tablet, everyone was extremely curious. They did not know where the chaos stone tablet that had just appeared had gone to. No one would have thought that the Chaos Stone tablet that had just appeared would actually be snatched away by Longao. If others were to know that Longao had already obtained 3 Chaos Stone tablets, who knew what they would think? Within the Primal Chaos Palace, looking at the 3 Chaos Stone tablets floating in front of him, Longao was pleasantly surprised. Obtaining 3 Chaos Stone tablets was equivalent to becoming 3 rulers of the universe in the future. This was the greatest help to the Empire. However, Longao was well aware of the severity of the situation. Even if the Primal Chaos Palace could trap the 3 Primal Chaos Stone tablets, once they were devoured by others, it was inevitable that the Primal Chaos Stone tablets would not be able to escape. Longao had already thought about it. If he was unable to obtain the other Chaos Stone tablets, then he would leave the Black Dragon Chaos Stone tablet, the Spirit Chaos Stone tablet, and the Godly Spear Chaos Stone tablet to his grandfather and parents. However, Longao had full confidence that he could obtain the other Chaos Stone tablets. In any case, there were still 9 Chaos Stone steelies outside. Longao didn't immediately leave. No matter what, he had just obtained 3 Chaos Stone tablets. It was best to keep a low profile. No matter what, if this matter were to spread out, he would be in a lot of trouble. Longao wasn't afraid of the people outside, even if they were peak Starry Sky immortals. He was only afraid of the other Starry Sky rulers. It was still the same sentence. If it were just himself, Longao wouldn't be worried at all. However, he had the entire empire behind him. If the other rulers of the universe, especially Master Godly Mathematician, attacked, how could the empire resist? Longao left the Primal Chaos Plane. As soon as he left, he was surrounded by the other rulers of the universe. This was because, up until now, Longao was the only one who had obtained a Primal Chaos Stone tablet. Longao, congratulations on obtaining a Primal Chaos Stone tablet. Since it had already happened, Longao didn't hide it in the slightest. He laughed and said, "I was just lucky." Yi Gudu laughed and asked, "Longao, I want to ask, what element is this Primal Chaos Stone tablet you obtained? What about its grade?" It wasn't just Yi Gudu. This was something the other rulers of the universe wanted to know as well. The Primal Chaos Stone tablet I obtained is called the Godly Spear Chaos Stone tablet. As for its grade, it should be elementary. Yi Gudu wanted to say more, but Master Godly Mathematician stopped him. Longao, I already said that as long as you can obtain a Primal Chaos Stone tablet, we won't attack you. Congratulations on joining us. If Longao wasn't a variable and couldn't help him obtain the mysterious power, Master Godly Grandson probably wouldn't have been so kind. Many thanks. Longao didn't stay. Instead, he left with Xiling and Long Qiong. Father, are we just going to let Longao leave like this? Yi Gudu naturally didn't want to see Longao devour the Primal Chaos Stone tablet, but Master Godly Mathematician said, Longao is a variable. I'm sure you know that. That's why we have to wait and see. Don't keep an eye on Longao. Since his father had already said this, Yi Gudu could only cough. Big brother, you really obtained a Primal Chaos Stone tablet. Whether it was Xiling or Long Qiong, they were all pleasantly surprised. He nodded. To Xiling and Long Qiong, Longao naturally wouldn't hide anything. He said, my luck is pretty good. Of the 12 Primal Chaos Stone tablets, I've already successfully obtained 3. They are the Spirit Primal Chaos Stone tablet, the Godly Spear Primal Chaos Stone tablet, and the Black Dragon Primal Chaos Stone tablet. 3 Primal Chaos Stone tablets. Xiling and Long Qiong were shocked. Neither of them had ever imagined that Longao would be able to obtain 3 Primal Chaos Stone tablets in the Primal Chaos Plane. Longao, you can sense the attributes of the 12 Primal Chaos Stone tablets. Xiling also hadn't imagined that Longao's 3 Primal Chaos Stone tablets would have attributes completely different from the ones they had obtained. What was going on? Nodding, Longao smiled and said, of the 12 Primal Chaos Stone tablets I encountered, apart from 2 different attributes, the rest were all of different attributes. They are the Fire and Ice Primal Chaos Stone tablet, the Lightning Primal Chaos Stone tablet, the Darkness Primal Chaos Stone tablet, the Sky Demon Primal Chaos Stone tablet, the Black Dragon Primal Chaos Stone tablet, the Life Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, the Strength Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, the Wind and Cloud Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, the Spirit Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, the Light Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, the Mad Blade Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, and the Godly Spear Primal Chaos Stone Tablet. Xiling was also shocked to the extreme. She hadn't imagined that apart from the Darkness Primal Chaos Stone Tablet and the Lightning Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, the rest of the Primal Chaos Stone Tablets in the Primal Chaos Plane would have attributes completely different from the ones she had obtained. As for the grades of the 12 Primal Chaos Stone Tablets, I am unable to sense them. However, I am certain that out of the 12 Primal Chaos Stone Tablets, there isn't a single high-grade one. She sighed deeply. However, Xiling was still very clear on what it meant for Longao to obtain 3 Primal Chaos Stone Tablets. Chapter 23:13. Obtaining 3 Primal Chaos Steles was equivalent to creating 3 Rulers of Stars. Longao, are you planning to take care of the 3 Primal Chaos Steles? He nodded. Longao wouldn't hide anything from Xiling. Although the Primal Chaos Plane has a total of 12 Primal Chaos Steles, the other 9 are tightly guarded. If I were to take them now, I would definitely attract unnecessary trouble. Thus, I'm planning to hand over the 3 Primal Chaos Steles first. Completely shocked. Xiling wasn't an idiot. Of course she knew what Longao meant. Longao, are you saying that you have a way to obtain the other 9 Primal Chaos Steles? That's right. Let's not talk about this for now. Let's go back first. Xiling and Longqiong didn't ask any more questions. The 3 of them moved extremely quickly. In the blink of an eye, their figures had disappeared without a trace. Soaring Dragon Plane. Soaring Dragon Empire. Within a grand hall, Longao had already decided who to give the 3 Primal Chaos Steles to. Long Haosha and his parents. He would give the 3 Primal Chaos Steles to the 3 of them and help them devour them. Because even now, Longao wasn't sure if the 3 of them would be able to devour the 3 Primal Chaos Steles. Because no one could guarantee that the 3 Primal Chaos Steles wouldn't automatically leave. After an entire month, they finally managed to stabilize the 3 Primal Chaos Steles. Longao, what's going on? How were you able to obtain 3 Primal Chaos Steles at the same time, and the other 9? Xiling's intuition told her that this matter wasn't simple. She knew very well what 12 Primal Chaos Steles meant. Xiling was almost certain that the 12 Primal Chaos Steles that had appeared in the Primal Chaos Plane were very similar to the Sword Intent Steles she had obtained. The only difference was that their attributes were different. So many people hadn't been able to obtain them, but Longao had. Moreover, he had obtained all 12 of them. If Longao hadn't said it himself, she wouldn't have believed it even if she was beaten to death. Xiling was even more certain that, if the other rulers of space found out about this, Longao would be in a lot of trouble. Regarding this matter, Longao actually did not know what was going on either. Xiling, I don't know what's going on either. However, I am certain that the fact that I was able to obtain 3 Chaos Stone Tablets at the same time is definitely related to the non-elemental Chaos Stone Tablet that I obtained. He was not surprised at all. Xiling seemed to have guessed the result. If it was just Longao alone, how could he have obtained 3 Chaos Stone Tablets at the same time? The only explanation was that Longao had obtained a non-attributed Primal Chaos Stone Tablet. He sighed endlessly. Longao, although I don't know what the situation is with the attributeless Primal Chaos Stone Tablet you obtained, I am certain that your Primal Chaos Stone Tablet is definitely not simple. It might even be a high-grade Primal Chaos Stone Tablet. Longao naturally knew what a high-grade Chaos Stone Tablet meant. Whether it was the previous 12 Chaos Stone Tablets, or the current 12 Chaos Stone Tablets, only Master God Diviner's God Diviner Chaos Stone Tablet was a high-grade Chaos Stone Tablet. Longao was almost certain that of the 12 Chaos Stone Tablets in the Primal Chaos Plane, not a single one was a high-grade Chaos Stone Tablet. If this was the case, then the non-attributed Chaos Stone Tablet he had obtained really was a high-grade Chaos Stone Tablet. However, at this time, Longao didn't continue to dwell on this question. In a bit, I will continue to head to the Primal Chaos Plane. However, this time, I will enter secretly. No matter what, I have already obtained a Chaos Stone tablet. If I continue to enter, I will definitely attract the suspicion of the other rulers of space. I understand this point. Xiling's face was very serious. Very worried, he said, Longao, I know what you mean. However, have you thought about how you are going to enter the primal chaos plane without anyone noticing? Xiling's meaning was very clear. Even if Longao could hide it from the other rulers of space, could he hide it from Master God Diviner? But it had to be known. Of the 12 rulers of space, only Master God Diviner's power had been restored to the ruler of space. To hide it from Master God Diviner and enter the primal chaos plane without anyone noticing was virtually impossible. Even Xiling, at his peak, wasn't completely confident that he would be able to enter the primal chaos plane without anyone noticing. Without waiting for Longao to speak, Xiling continued, Longao, even if you can enter the primal chaos plane without anyone noticing, how will you obtain the other 9 Chaos Stone tablets? How could Longao not understand what Xiling was implying? However, Longao wasn't worried in the slightest about this. Xiling, as long as I can enter the primal chaos plane, I will be able to obtain the other 9 Chaos Stone tablets without anyone noticing. Xiling was very surprised, but he didn't doubt it in the slightest. This was because he knew very well that Longao wouldn't do something he wasn't confident in. Now, the biggest problem was how to enter the primal chaos plane. Longao wasn't afraid of the other rulers of space, but he was wary of Master God Diviner. Of the 12 rulers of space, only Master God Diviner had been restored to the ruler of space. Xiling, do you have a way to avoid Master God Diviner's detection? Xiling, of course, knew that Longao was determined to obtain the 9 Chaos Stone tablets. If they could obtain all of them, they would be able to create 9 starry sky dominators. In that case, the Soaring Dragon Empire would be able to create 12 starry sky dominators. Adding herself and Long Qiong, the Soaring Dragon Empire would have a total of 14 starry sky dominators. However, one of them, Longao, had a neutral Chaos Stone tablet. It was very likely that it was a high-level Chaos Stone tablet. If that was the case, then when Longao became a high-level ruler of space in the future, not to mention the other rulers of space, even Master God Diviner wouldn't be a match for Longao. If that was the case, then no one in the entire universe would be a match for Longao, and Longao would be able to dominate the universe. Now, Xiling finally knew that Master God Diviner's calculations were correct. Longao was indeed a variable, and a variable that couldn't be suppressed. This was Longao's fate spirit. No one could stop the rise of Longao, not even Master God Diviner. Xiling could almost ascertain that if it was possible, the divine mathematician would definitely be willing to kill Longao, so as to cut the weeds and eliminate the roots, and prevent future troubles. Longao, let me think about it. I will give you a reply in 3 days. All right. Just as Violet Spirit had thought, it could be said that Longao was determined to obtain the 9 primal Chaos Stone tablets. After Xiling left, Longao walked in. When he saw his grandfather, he asked curiously, Grandpa, what happened? Grandpa had already obtained the Chaos Stone tablets. Under these circumstances, he should be doing his best to devour them. Chapter 23:14. Longhao's face was solemn. After thinking about it, Longhao said helplessly, Little Ao, your parents and I are unable to devour the primal Chaos Stone tablets. Moreover, the 3 of us can sense that the primal Chaos Stone tablets can fly away at any moment. Ah! He was shocked. Longao had already helped the 3 of them stabilize the primal Chaos Stone tablets. As long as there was enough time, if nothing unexpected happened, the 3 of them would be able to smoothly refine the primal Chaos Stone tablets and become the ruler of the universe. Grandfather, don't be impatient. I'll think of something. This was the most urgent matter. No matter what, he had worked so hard to obtain the 3 primal Chaos Stone tablets. He definitely couldn't allow them to fly away. No matter what happened, he had to keep the 3 primal Chaos Stone tablets. After thinking about it, in the end, Longao was prepared to rely on his attributeless primal Chaos Stone tablet to settle this matter. Because this time, The 3 primal chaos stone tablets in the primal chaos plane weren't due to his hard work. Everything was because of the attributeless primal chaos stone tablet. Intuition told Longao that the attributeless primal chaos stone tablet he had obtained could suppress the 3 primal chaos stone tablets. Without any hesitation at all, Longao, his grandfather, and his parents took out the primal chaos stone tablets and immediately entered the primal chaos palace. Relying on the attributeless primal chaos stone tablet, they began to forcefully suppress the 3 primal chaos stone tablets. As for whether or not the attributeless primal chaos stone tablet could successfully suppress the 3 primal chaos stone tablets, Longao wasn't completely confident. Because up until now, Longao still hadn't completely grasped the attributeless primal chaos stone tablet he had obtained. Within the primal chaos palace, 4 primal chaos stone tablets floated in the air. The Divine Spear primal chaos stone tablet, the Black Dragon primal chaos stone tablet, and the Spirit primal chaos stone tablet. They surrounded the attributeless primal chaos stone tablet. However, Longao discovered a very interesting problem. The 3 primal chaos stone tablets floated at a very low altitude compared to the attributeless primal chaos stone tablet. Roughly a meter difference. What kind of concept was this? Longao was almost certain that of the 3 primal chaos stone tablets he had just obtained, none of them were high-grade primal chaos stone tablets. As for whether they were mid-grade or low-grade primal chaos stone tablets, they shouldn't be lower than others. Longao immediately left the primal chaos palace. He found Xiling and asked him some questions. He was very surprised. Xiling didn't know what Longao meant, but he still said, "When the 12 chaos tablets appeared in space, nothing like this happened when the 12 of us got them." This time, Longao was shocked to the extreme. Even high-grade primal chaos stone tablets were unable to display such obvious superiority over others. Then, what about attribute-less primal chaos stone tablets? Longao, what happened? Seeing Longao's surprised expression, Xiling's curiosity was piqued. Towards Purple Spirit, Longao did not hide anything in the slightest either. Then, he recounted everything that had happened in the primal chaos hall. After hearing this, Xiling was shocked. She didn't know what was going on either. Under normal circumstances, although the Chaos Stone tablet was divided into beginner, intermediate, and advanced levels, without truly mastering the Chaos Stone tablet, there was no way to differentiate the levels. What was the situation with Longao's attributeless Chaos Stone tablet? She couldn't figure it out. Xiling and Longao looked at each other. They could see a trace of helplessness in each other's eyes. Because neither of them could figure out what was going on with the attributeless Chaos Stone tablet. "Longao, can you bring me into your Chaos Palace?" "No problem." Without any hesitation, Longao brought Xiling and disappeared from where they were, instantly arriving at the Chaos Palace. No matter who it was, as long as they stepped into the Chaos Palace, they could only stay for 3 months. If they stayed longer, they would be attacked by the Chaos Palace. Except for Longao. Looking at the 5 Chaos Stone tablets floating in the air, Xiling's expression became more and more shocked. Because she had never thought of such a situation. Above was the attributeless Chaos Stone tablet. Below was the Godly Spear Chaos Stone tablet, Black Dragon Chaos Stone tablet, and Spirit Chaos Stone tablet. The 3 primal Chaos Stone steelies were like subjects, prostrating themselves before their king. Xiling didn't know. Even if the attributeless Chaos Stone tablet was a high-grade Chaos Stone tablet, such a situation shouldn't have happened. It was a little inconceivable. "Longao, it looks like the Chaos Stone tablet you possess isn't simple at all. Perhaps within the high-grade Chaos Stone tablets, there are also different grades. What you need to do now is to refine the Chaos Stone tablet. At that time, all the mysteries will be solved." He nodded. Since things had already come to this, he could only do this. The attributeless Chaos Stone tablet is really unbelievable. It can actually suppress the 3 Chaos Stone tablets. According to my guess, if nothing unexpected happens, after this, the 3 Chaos Stone tablets can be swallowed by anyone. Smiling, Longao could already sense the difference between the 3 Chaos Stone tablets. It seemed that they were completely controlled by the attributeless Chaos Stone Tablet. When I get the other 9 Chaos Stone Tablets, I will use the same method to suppress them. Longao, I want to ask you for a favor. Please speak. Xiling had always been helping him. Because of this, Longao had already decided that no matter what request Xiling made, as long as he could do it, he wouldn't refuse. Longao, you've already given your 3 Chaos Stone Tablets to your grandfather and parents. This is a very good point. Now, you can get 9 more Chaos Stone Tablets. I only hope that you can give one of them to Bai Ling. How about it? Towards Xiling's meaning, Longao already knew in an instant. Smiling, Longao said, Xiling, I understand this point. He didn't continue speaking. Because Xiling already knew that in the remaining 9 Chaos Stone Tablets, there would definitely be one of his little sister's Chaos Stone Tablets. After moving Xiling out of the Chaos Hall, Longao didn't immediately leave. Although the attributeless Chaos Stone Tablet had already begun to suppress the 3 Chaos Stone Tablets, at this speed, it would take several days. During this time, he had to be on guard at all times. He couldn't make the slightest mistake. The Chaos Stone Tablets were too important. Just like this, Longao guarded the 4 Chaos Stone Tablets and began to cultivate. His cultivation base had already smoothly broken through to the titled World Ancestor level. He was only one step away from becoming a Starry Sky Almighty. However, it was this step that, although it seemed simple, was as difficult as ascending to the heavens. However, Longao was very clear that with the first and second Starry Sky Empire, and even the other Starry Sky Empires, and the fact that he had obtained the Chaos Stone Tablets had already been leaked, he would have endless troubles. He had to increase his strength as fast as possible. He had to become a Starry Sky Almighty first. Although he was very satisfied with his cultivation speed, it was still very slow at this time. Chapter 23:15. The Primordial Chaos Plane. Longao had already acquired one of the Primordial Chaos Steles, but the other 2 had disappeared without a trace. Now, there were only 9 left. Everyone stared fixedly at them, not daring to leave for even a moment. In the blink of an eye, a month had passed. During this month, none of the Primordial Chaos Steles had continued to lose their offensive power. This caused everyone to feel quite depressed. They had no idea what was going on. There was nothing they could do. Longao had been waiting this entire time. After dealing with 3 of the Primordial Chaos Steles, Xiling came looking for him. Have you found a way? He nodded. Xiling thought for a moment, then said, Longao, we can ignore the other sovereigns of heaven, but Master Clairvoyant is very troublesome. I've thought long and hard about it, but in the end, I came up with a way to avoid being detected by Master Clairvoyant. What way? He was instantly overjoyed. If he could avoid being detected by Master Clairvoyant and enter the Primordial Chaos Plane, then Longao was completely confident that he would be able to acquire the other 9 Primordial Chaos Steles without anyone noticing. However, Longao knew very well that under normal circumstances, it would be virtually impossible for him to avoid being detected by Master Clairvoyant. In the end, he still couldn't completely control the Primordial Chaos Palace. If he could control the Primordial Chaos Palace, then he could borrow its power to enter the Primordial Chaos Plane. At that time, Master Clairvoyant wouldn't be able to sense his aura. Longao, the only way is for you to create a rumor. Say that someone has acquired the Primordial Chaos Steles and left. Then I'll take you to the entrance to the Primordial Chaos Plane. Given your divine abilities, it shouldn't be too difficult for you to enter. Towards Xiling's meaning, Longao already understood in an instant. He did as he was told. Longao couldn't wait a moment longer. He didn't know if anyone would be able to acquire the Primordial Chaos Steles during the month he was gone. If he was unlucky and someone else acquired the other 9, he wouldn't even have a chance to regret it. Outside the Primordial Chaos Plane, the 10 sovereigns of heaven all suddenly received the same news. Someone had acquired a Primordial Chaos Stele, and had used a secret technique to avoid detection by the sovereigns, thus successfully leaving the Primordial Chaos Plane. When they heard this news, all of the sovereigns of heaven were shocked. If they were at their peak, they wouldn't hesitate to chase after them. But now, none of them had truly refined the primal chaos tablet, and they hadn't become universe rulers. If they encountered universe immortals or universe legends, how would they deal with them? Of the 12 rulers of the starry skies, only Master God Diviner had refined the primal chaos stele and become a ruler of the starry skies. There was no need for the other rulers to say anything. Master God Diviner had Yidugu stay behind while he himself left. He began to search for just who had devoured the primal chaos stone tablet. According to the information obtained from the chaos plane, of the 12 chaos stone tablets, apart from the one Longao had obtained, the other 2 were still missing. Could it be that someone had obtained these 2 primal chaos tablets? He did not dare to relax in the slightest. Of course, even Master God Diviner would want to keep him in his grasp. Master God Diviner was confident that he had complete control over the rulers of the starry sky. However, if someone else were to refine the 12 chaos steles, he would have a hard time controlling them. The only way was to truly control the 12 chaos stone tablets and search for the person who had devoured the chaos stone tablets. After Master God Diviner left, the remaining 9 continued to guard the chaos plane. In truth, the rulers of the starry skies were quite depressed. They were unable to refine the chaos stone tablets and become a ruler of the starry skies. If they encountered a starry sky immortal or a peak starry sky immortal, how were the 9 of them supposed to stop them? They were stuck between a rock and a hard place. They could only hope that Master God Diviner would hurry back. Right at this moment, Xiling and Longao hurried over. However, Xiling had come openly, while Longao had hidden himself. Master God Diviner has already left. It seems our plan worked. Longao nodded. He hadn't imagined that things would go so smoothly. Master God Diviner had actually chased after them. If that really was the case, then he should be able to sneak into the chaos plane without anyone noticing. Just as Xiling was preparing to help Longao enter the chaos plane, Master God Diviner suddenly returned. It wasn't just Xiling and Longao, even the other rulers of the starry skies were curious. They didn't know why Master God Diviner had suddenly returned. Master God Diviner, you didn't find the person who devoured the chaos stone tablets. Xiling seemed quite calm. She knew full well that if word of this got out, Master God Diviner and the others would suspect that Longao was capable of devouring other chaos stone tablets. If that was the case, then things would become very troublesome. Master God Diviner's face was very gloomy. He looked around coldly, then said, of the 12 chaos stone tablets in the chaos plane, aside from the one Longao acquired, none of the other 11 have appeared. I can't believe someone started a rumor. He let out a cold snort. Master God Diviner's face grew uglier and uglier. There was no way someone would start a rumor for no reason. Clearly, someone was targeting the starry sky rulers. Who could it be? The other rulers of the starry skies weren't fools. They knew what Master God Diviner meant. It seemed that someone was doing this on purpose. However, no matter how they thought about it, they couldn't figure out who it was. After all, few people in the starry skies would dare to provoke a starry sky ruler. Could it have been Longao? But it had to be known that of the 12 chaos stone tablets in the chaos plane, only Longao had acquired one. The others had acquired nothing. If that was the case, then didn't that mean that Longao had acquired the other chaos stone tablets? But when they thought about it, it didn't seem likely. Longao had already devoured the chaos stone tablet. There was no way he would continue to provoke the starry sky ruler, unless he had a death wish. But aside from Longao, who would dare to do such a thing? Everyone looked at Xiling. This time, Longao hadn't come. Xiling, where is Longao? Xiling had already guessed what everyone was thinking. Inside, she laughed coldly. Fortunately, the 2 of them had come prepared. Otherwise, things would have been very troublesome. Xiling said coldly, "Are you all fools? Longao acquired the Chaos Stone tablet not long ago. It's only natural that he would devour it and become a starry sky ruler. Do you think this is Longao's doing?" Before anyone could speak, Xiling continued, "Don't think of Longao for everything. You're shameless to the extreme." Xiling was very domineering. Although she was only a mid-level ruler, she didn't even put Master God Diviner in her eyes. That was her temper. Everyone knew Xilin's temper very well, so they weren't surprised. In fact, the more Xiling acted this way, the more they relaxed. Chapter 23:16. He waved his hand. Master God Diviner said impatiently, "This definitely isn't Longao's doing. Perhaps it's not targeting us." Now that things had come to this point, no one would continue to suspect Longao. In any case, the remaining Chaos Tablets haven't left the primordial Chaos Plane. All we have to do is wait and see. Everyone nodded in agreement. No one cared whether or not Longao lived or died, or whether or not he could devour the Chaos Tablets. Taking 10,000 steps back, even if Longao really did devour the Chaos Tablets and become a ruler of the stars, as long as they didn't provoke Longao, unless Longao had too much time on his hands, Longao wouldn't provoke any of the rulers of the stars. "Xiling, what are you doing?" "Nothing. I just want to give it a try and see what's going on in the primordial Chaos Plane." Everyone shrugged helplessly. All of the rulers of the stars were certain that they couldn't enter the primordial Chaos Plane. The biggest reason for this was that the primordial Chaos Plane was covered by a barrier of energy. Ordinary people could touch it, but not the rulers of the stars. All of the rulers of the stars left. Only Xiling remained. Xiling's reason for staying was simple. He wanted to do everything in his power to help Longao enter the primordial Chaos Plane. In another place, Yi Dugu asked curiously, "Father, if this isn't Longao's doing, then who could it be?" Master God Diviner thought for a moment, then said, "This shouldn't be targeting us. It seems that someone just wants to see the world burn. Again, as long as the remaining Chaos Tablets don't leave the plane, it's fine." Of the 12 Chaos Tablets, one had already been taken away by Longao. As long as the remaining 11 didn't leave the plane, it would be fine. Master God Diviner had already tried several times. He wanted to borrow his own power to seal the entire plane. Under normal circumstances, with his power as a ruler of the stars, sealing a plane should have been an easy task. But the result? Master God Diviner had tried several times to seal the primordial Chaos Plane, but not once had he succeeded. This was what frustrated him the most. Seeing how gloomy his father's face was, Yi Dugu didn't dare say anything more. "Longao, when you have the chance, enter the primordial Chaos Plane. Leave the rest to me." "All right." Just as Xiling said, Longao took advantage of this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to teleport, disappearing from the primordial Chaos Plane. Discovering that the divine mathematician did not sense Longao, Violet Spirit finally breathed a sigh of relief. Primordial Chaos Plane. Longao also heaved a long sigh of relief. Now that he had successfully entered the primal Chaos Plane, the next thing he had to do was think of a way to secretly steal the other 9 primal Chaos Steelies. If he succeeded in obtaining the remaining primal Chaos Tablets, he could leave. He had disguised himself and concealed his aura. Most people wouldn't be able to recognize Longao at this moment. At the center of the primal Chaos Plane, there were 9 primal Chaos Stone Tablets. They were the Ice and Fire Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, the Lightning Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, the Darkness Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, the Sky Demon Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, the Life Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, the Strength Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, the Wind and Cloud Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, the Light Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, and the Mad Blade Primal Chaos Stone Tablet. Of the 9 primordial Chaos Tablets, the one Longao wanted the most was the Life Primordial Chaos Tablet. The reason was simple. Aoshua had been pregnant this entire time. Even now, the child in her belly had yet to be born. As time slowly passed, Longao knew very well that Aoshua needed to devour more and more energy. Continuing on like this wasn't a solution. This was exactly the case. Longao knew that if Aoshua could devour the Life Primordial Chaos Tablet, then to Aoshua, it would be of tremendous help. However, Longao didn't immediately act. This was because everyone was watching him like a tiger watching its prey. If he acted forcefully, even if no one recognized him, he would still be in a lot of trouble. They had already lost 3 primordial Chaos Tablets. Everyone was getting more and more anxious. If this continued, no one would be able to obtain a primordial chaos tablet. Apart from Longao, no one would be able to obtain a primordial chaos tablet. Everyone wanted to obtain the 9 chaos stone tablets, but no one dared to take a single step forward. No matter what, the lesson of the past told everyone that if anyone dared to casually touch the chaos stone tablets, they would die without a doubt. No one was unafraid of death. It was because of this that no one dared to snatch a primordial chaos tablet. Everyone stared at the primordial chaos tablets. They were all waiting for the tablets to lose their attacking power. That way, anyone who came out could easily obtain a primordial chaos tablet. Big brother, what should we do now? The most depressed were the 3 space eagles. They had already obtained a primordial chaos tablet, but in the end, the tablet flew away on its own. Sky Eagle's face was depressed. He said helplessly, "I've thought about what happened before. Even if we obtain a primordial chaos tablet, we won't be able to devour it. We can only take it back and slowly study it." Since things had already come to this was the only way. At this time, Earth Eagle said, "Big brother, third brother, who knows when the remaining 9 primordial chaos tablets will disappear and attack?" "Second brother, what do you mean? Just say it." Earth Eagle smiled and continued, "Big brother, third brother, why don't we leave here first and head to the soaring dragon plane to face Longao and force him to hand over the primordial chaos tablet he obtained?" Sky Eagle instantly understood what his second brother meant. After thinking about it, Sky Eagle smiled and said, "Second brother is right. However, the 3 of us don't have to go together. The 2 of you can go. I'll stay here and guard the 9 primordial chaos tablets. We'll split up and not delay each other." "Okay." Earth Eagle and Human Eagle immediately left and headed towards the soaring dragon plane. Longao wasn't far from the 3 of them. Of course, he heard their discussion. Others wouldn't care about the life and death of the soaring dragon plane, but Longao couldn't not care. He was very depressed. He had finally stepped into the primordial chaos plane, but now he had to leave. No matter what, if he didn't go back and something happened to the Empire, he wouldn't even have the chance to regret it. Now that he was in the soaring dragon plane, all his family members were there. Nothing could happen to them. As they watched Earth Eagle and Human Eagle leave, Lin Han and Wang Dao naturally knew what the 2 of them were thinking. Everyone else also knew, but none of them left. For the sake of a single primal chaos tablet, they would choose to give up 9 primal chaos tablets. Unless their brains were flooded with water, no one would do such a thing. Moreover, they had to deal with the primordial chaos tablets first. As for the primordial chaos tablets Longao devoured, there would be plenty of opportunities in the future. The monk could run, but the temple couldn't run. Thinking of this, besides Earth Eagle and Human Eagle, no one left. Chapter 23:17. Longao was furious. On the surface, the 3 eagles had formed an alliance with him, but in the dark, they were plotting against him. Longao could even assert that as long as there was a chance, the people who would kill him would definitely be the 3 starry sky eagles. Lin Han and Wang Dao weren't scary, but the 3 eagles were. His top priority was to find a way to leave this place and return to the Empire. He'd gone through so much trouble to get here, but before he could get the remaining primal chaos tablets, he had to leave again. It was extremely depressing. Earth Eagle and Human Eagle were very fast. As soon as the 2 thought of getting the primal chaos tablets, they couldn't wait. Outside the primal chaos plane, seeing the 2 peak starry sky immortals leave, everyone could guess what they were going to do. Xiling was shocked. Longao wasn't here. If the 2 of them really went to the soaring dragon empire to cause trouble, how would he deal with them? No matter what, he hadn't truly refined the primal chaos tablets and become a ruler of the universe. He couldn't deal with the 2 of them. What should he do? Xiling found Master God Diviner and went straight to the point. "Master God Diviner, if I remember correctly, you said before that once Longao gets the primal chaos tablets, no one can interfere. How could Master God Diviner not know what Xiling meant?" He smiled. Master God Diviner looked at the sword intent starry sky ruler and said, I only said that Starry Sky ruler can't interfere. I didn't say that others can't either. It seems you're going to go back on your word again. Xiling emphasized the word again. If anyone else dared to speak to Master God Diviner like this, they'd probably be dead already. Only Xiling didn't get angry. Instead, Master God Diviner laughed. He didn't seem angry at all. All right. Then I'll go first. Xiling didn't hesitate. He immediately stood up and left. Seeing his figure disappear, Yi Dugu said curiously, "Father, we can take advantage of this opportunity to let the two of them deal with Longao. Then we can reap the benefits." Yi Dugu couldn't understand why his father would interfere. For them, this was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Master God Diviner waved his hand dismissively. "Like I said, Longao is a variable that can't be suppressed. His fate is sealed, and not even I can stop him." Hearing his father's words, Yi Dugu was shocked. Was Longao that strong? Since even his father couldn't suppress it, he knew exactly what his father meant. His fate had been decided. If that was the case, didn't it mean that Longao would definitely become the ruler of the Starry Sky in the future? He was very unhappy. This time, I went to the Soaring Dragon Empire to investigate the situation. If Longao is not in the Soaring Dragon Realm, it means that he has entered the Primal Chaos Dimension. If he is, then this matter will be dropped. The godly mathematician had already decided that if Longao was not in the Soaring Dragon Realm, he would kill him without mercy. Yi Dugu was very curious. They had been guarding this place all this time. How could Longao have possibly entered the Primal Chaos Plane? Even if they couldn't sense it, could it be that even their father couldn't sense it? Soaring Dragon Realm. Xiling had just returned when his expression suddenly changed. This was because at this time, Xiling had thought it through. The godly mathematician had agreed so readily not out of kindness, but because he wanted to investigate the situation and see if Longao was in the Soaring Dragon Empire. This time, it was over. Xiling knew very well how serious the current situation was. If the godly mathematician was really sure that Longao was not in the Soaring Dragon Empire, then things would be troublesome. There was no doubt that the godly mathematician would be able to assert that Longao was in the Primal Chaos Dimension. One wrong step, and all the steps would be wrong. "Sister, what's wrong?" "Nothing." Before Bai Ling could speak, Xiling had already stood up and left. At this time, Earth Eagle and Human Eagle had already arrived at the Soaring Dragon Empire. The two looked at the dimension in front of them and released their terrifying power, madly pouring into the continent. However, the entire Soaring Dragon Realm was protected by two Primal Chaos tablets. Just two peak Starry Sky immortals couldn't break the seal of the Soaring Dragon Realm. Couldn't break it. The two of them were very surprised. However, even so, the two of them did not give up at all. They continued to release their power and shouted, "Longao, hurry up and hand over the Primal Chaos Stone Tablet. Otherwise, the two of us will definitely flatten the Soaring Dragon Empire." In the distance, the godly mathematician watched quietly and didn't make a move. This time, he came to confirm whether Longao was in the Soaring Dragon Realm. If he was, everything would be fine. Even if Longao swallowed the Primal Chaos Tablet, it wouldn't matter. If he wasn't, he would directly destroy Longao and even the entire Soaring Dragon Realm. With just the two of you. At this time, a figure appeared in the Soaring Dragon Realm. It was none other than Longao. "Longao, hand over the Primal Chaos Tablet and we will turn around and leave. From now on, the First Starry Sky Empire and the Soaring Dragon Empire will mind our own business. How about it? What if you don't hand it over? Don't hand it over." Hearing that Longao didn't hand over the Primal Chaos Tablet, both Earth Eagle and Human Eagle laughed loudly. Their laughter was filled with endless contempt and contempt. If Longao had already swallowed the Primal Chaos Tablet and become a Starry Sky Dominator, then they would let it go. But now, Longao had just obtained the Primal Chaos Tablet. Not to mention becoming a Starry Sky Dominator, he hadn't even broken through to become a Starry Sky Dominator. A small titled universe ancestor, why would they care about him? Ignoring the two of them, Longao finally breathed a sigh of relief. He was well aware that Master God Diviner was nearby, and if he hadn't shown up, then the consequences would have been dire. Even thinking about it left him feeling a bit scared. He had really miscalculated this time, but fortunately, he managed to rush back. It could be considered a daunting experience without any mishap. Longao, I'll give you one last chance. Hand over the Primal Chaos Tablet and we will turn around and leave. If you don't, not only you, but the entire Soaring Dragon Empire will be destroyed. It was a threat, a blatant threat. Longao sneered and didn't say anything. However, the meaning was clear. The two weren't fools. Of course, they knew what Longao meant. They were furious and didn't want to continue talking nonsense. In the current situation, there was only one way. Destroy Longao and take the Primal Chaos Tablet from Longao's hands. Just as the two pinnacle Starry Sky Immortals were about to attack, a terrifying force descended and enveloped the two of them. Sensing the terror of this force, both Earth Eagle and Human Eagle were completely stunned, not knowing what was going on. Chapter 23:18. What kind of strength was this? Both Earth Eagle and Human Eagle had full confidence in their strength. As peak Starry Sky Immortals, unless their big brother or the 12 Starry Sky Rulers came, no one else could do this. Even their big brother couldn't. The only explanation was Starry Sky Ruler. Starry Sky Ruler? What a ridiculous thing. Everyone knew that the 12 Starry Sky Rulers of the vast universe had all fallen long ago. In all these years, the 12 Starry Sky Rulers had never appeared. Who are you? Looking at the figure in front of them, the two were terrified. Since he could lock onto them, they were almost certain that this person was stronger than them. When had Longao found such a powerful opponent? Longao's Primal Chaos Tablet is his. No one can take it from him. Hearing this, the two laughed maniacally again. They'd seen arrogant people before, but never someone as arrogant as this. Who do you think you are? Your Starry Sky Ruler? What a joke. Master God Diviner didn't show the slightest anger. His expression was as calm as ever. If I want to kill you, it'll only take one move. Shameless boasting. Before they could finish, Master God Diviner released a tablet from his body. It was one of the 12 Primal Chaos Tablets, the only high-grade one, the God Diviner Tablet. Primal Chaos Tablet? Your God Diviner Starry Sky Ruler? The two had already guessed something. Shock and disbelief were written all over their faces. Even now, they'd never imagined that Longao had a Starry Sky Ruler by his side. Was this for real? Remember what I just said. You can scram now. If it had been anyone else, they'd have snorted disdainfully. Only Starry Sky Ruler, they didn't even dare fart. They knew full well what that meant. Just as God Diviner Starry Sky Ruler had said, if he wanted to kill them, it would be as easy as flipping his hand. The two of them bowed respectfully and didn't dare to say anything more. They immediately turned around and left. After a short while, the two of them had disappeared without a trace. Many thanks, Senior. Master God Diviner smiled. Don't worry and refine the tablet. I hope you can break through to Starry Sky Ruler soon. I will work harder. As he watched Master God Diviner leave, Longao wasn't so naive as to think that Master God Diviner had come to help him. Soaring Dragon Realm. Longao, how did you leave the Chaos Plane? Xiling didn't show up because she knew the situation very well. Even if she did, she wouldn't be able to do anything. Xiling was curious as to how Longao had managed to make it back in time. This time, it was truly a close call. Longao smiled. If Master God Diviner leaves the Primal Chaos Planes, I can leave without anyone knowing. Of the 10 of us, you're the only one I fear. Of the 12 dominators of the Starry Sky, only Master Clairvoyant had recovered his peak strength. Xiling smiled as well. The Earth Eagle and the Human Eagle were running frantically because they were scared. If the Starry Sky Ruler had attacked, they would have died even if they had 10 lives. Second brother, what's going on? Did all 12 rulers of the Starry Sky perish? Why did Master God Diviner suddenly appear? The Earth Eagle was also shocked. How would I know? Now I know why Longao was able to obtain the primal chaos tablets. It was because of the starry sky ruler. The three of them had already obtained a primal chaos tablet, but they had helplessly discovered that the tablet had disappeared. They could only watch helplessly. Only Longao had been able to obtain a primal chaos tablet. Now that they thought about it, it must have been because of the starry sky ruler. If that was the case, who would dare to provoke Longao with the help of the starry sky ruler? Thinking of this, the Earth Eagle and the Human Eagle's faces darkened. They were as ugly as they could possibly be. When the two returned to the Chaos Plane, they didn't make a fuss. Instead, they secretly told their big brother, Sky Eagle. However, Sky Eagle didn't believe them. He smiled and shook his head. Second brother, third brother, you didn't succeed in killing Longao and obtaining the primal chaos tablets. I won't blame you. Why do you have to be like this? Let alone Sky Eagle, it was likely that aside from Longao and a few others, no one else would choose to believe this. For the starry sky ruler to suddenly appear was simply ridiculous. It was almost impossible. The Earth Eagle and the Human Eagle had already guessed that their big brother wouldn't believe them. Even now, they still found it hard to believe that Master God Diviner would suddenly appear. Big brother, when have we ever lied to you? If Master God Diviner hadn't suddenly appeared, we might have succeeded in killing Longao and taking back the primal chaos tablets. Seeing that the two brothers didn't seem to be lying, Sky Eagle seemed a little shocked. Could it be that his second brother and third brother were telling the truth? It was still a little ridiculous. How could the starry sky ruler possibly appear? Second brother, third brother, if what you said is true, then it's not just Master God Diviner. I'm afraid the other 11 starry sky rulers haven't died. If that's the case, then isn't there something fishy about the Chaos Plane's appearance? In truth, the three of them didn't know that not even the starry sky ruler knew about the Chaos Plane's appearance. Earth Eagle and the Human Eagle nodded in agreement. Everyone had always thought that the 12 starry sky rulers had all fallen. They never imagined that the 12 starry sky rulers hadn't died, but were hiding in the dark. If that was the case, then the strongest in the vast universe weren't the peak starry sky immortals, but the 12 starry sky rulers. Big brother, if that's the case, then why didn't the other starry sky rulers take the 12 primal chaos tablets themselves when the chaos plane appeared? Instead, they let Longao benefit. Could it be that Longao is also the reincarnation of a starry sky ruler? It shouldn't be. According to my guess, if nothing unexpected happens, there are more than 12 primal chaos tablets in the vast universe. It seems that the previous 12 starry sky rulers have to choose someone else. Longao is one of them. I'm almost certain that the 12 starry sky rulers can't set foot here due to some restrictions. However, the 12 starry sky rulers should be in the vicinity of the chaos plane. If the chosen one didn't obtain the primal chaos tablets, he would have been killed. Sky Eagle's guess was more or less correct. However, without concrete evidence, even Sky Eagle wasn't completely sure. Earth Eagle and Human Eagle believed their big brother's words. They thought about it and felt that it was indeed as their big brother had guessed. If that was the case, then even if they obtained the primal chaos tablets, they wouldn't be able to survive. Chapter 23:19. Big Brother, now that Longao has the help of the Starry Sky Ruler, what should we do? The three of them knew very well what the Starry Sky Ruler meant. What kind of luck did Longao have to be chosen by the Starry Sky Ruler to devour the primal Chaos Stone Tablet? At this moment, the three eagles finally understood why Longao had risen so crazily and fearlessly. It turned out that he had the Starry Sky Ruler behind him. Sky Eagle's expression was very serious. He thought for a moment, then said, "Let's not deal with Longao for now. Let's observe the situation first." In the end, Sky Eagle was still afraid. Even if they were peak Starry Sky Immortals, in front of the Starry Sky Ruler, they were nothing. Earth Eagle and Human Eagle could not be blamed. The three of them looked at the 9 primal Chaos Stone Tablets in front of them, feeling the same as everyone else. Even now, the 9 primal Chaos Stone Tablets were filled with endless attack power. No matter who approached, they would be killed by the tablets. There were a total of 12 primal chaos stone tablets. Longao had obtained one tablet, but the other two had disappeared without a trace. Their whereabouts were unknown. Many people wanted to know how Longao had gotten close to the primal chaos stone tablets and obtained them. However, no one left. If they left, what would they do if the tablets lost their power? Wouldn't they miss the best opportunity? Father, Longao is in the Soaring Dragon Empire? Master Godly Mathematician nodded and said with a smile, "It seems that Longao only obtained one tablet and is currently refining it." Master Godly Mathematician could almost say that the previous matter was just a rumor. As for the purpose of the rumor, it had nothing to do with them. Yi Gudu was a bit unwilling. If Longao really was not in the Soaring Dragon plane, his father would definitely make a move. Yi Gudu had already decided that if he could refine the primal chaos stone tablet first and become the Starry Sky ruler, he would kill Longao first. Longao and Xiling watched from afar. After leaving the primal chaos plane, Longao was also very depressed. It hadn't been easy for him to enter the primal chaos plane. He was just about to think of a way to deal with the remaining 9 primal chaos stone steelies when something unexpected happened. Fortunately, he had dealt with the 2 of them. Longao could even say that with the deterrence of the divine mathematician, the 3 Starry Sky Eagles wouldn't act rashly for the time being. His top priority was to return to the primal chaos plane. Regarding the remaining 9 chaos steelies, Longao was determined to obtain them. Longao, how confident are you? 10 points. Xiling was very surprised. She couldn't figure out how Longao had managed to sneak into the chaos plane without Master Clairvoyant leaving. But you have to know. If they let their guard down even a little bit, Longao would be consigned to eternal damnation. This time, I want to enter openly. Hearing Longao's words, Xiling was very shocked. She didn't know what Longao meant by this. If he were to enter the primal chaos plane openly, he would definitely attract the attention of the divine mathematician. This was because no matter who it was, everyone would think that Longao had returned to the primal chaos plane purely for the sake of obtaining the remaining chaos steelies. Walking right into a trap. The divine mathematician was able to tolerate Longao obtaining a single chaos steely, but how could he tolerate Longao obtaining even more chaos steelies? This was virtually impossible. Xiling didn't know what was going on with Longao. Why was he acting like this for no reason? Longao, what's going on? Longao had only said a few words, but Xiling began to laugh. Laughing, she said, "You are absolutely correct. But have you ever considered that even if you say this, the divine mathematician and the others might not believe you? If they don't believe you, what will you do?" How could Longao not know what Xiling was worried about? He had already thought about this matter. Otherwise, he wouldn't have chosen to enter the primal chaos plane openly. So what if they don't believe me? Longao didn't continue speaking. Instead, he headed towards the primal chaos plane. Outside the primal chaos plane, seeing Longao arrive, everyone was shocked. This was because Longao had already devoured a chaos steely. Logically speaking, he should have stayed in the Empire to devour the chaos steelies. How could he have appeared here? Could it be that Longao wanted to devour more chaos steelies? Longao didn't continue towards the primal chaos plane. Instead, he arrived in front of the divine mathematician. Without waiting for anyone to ask, Longao said, "The chaos steely I just obtained has disappeared without a trace. So, I want to enter." No one would believe Longao's words. However, the 3 Space Eagles had indeed obtained a chaos steely and had it fly away. It was impossible to say that it wasn't possible. Ch. Longao, stop acting dumb here. Being insatiable won't do you any good. Let me give you a piece of advice. Since you've already devoured a primal chaos stone tablet, you should refine it properly. Why do you want to obtain more primal chaos stone tablets? Longmire sneered. It wasn't just him. Even the other space dominators thought that Longao wanted more chaos steelies. After all, every new space dominator in the Soaring Dragon Empire was a great help to the Soaring Dragon Empire and Longao. Ignoring Longmire, Longao sneered. I didn't ask you to believe me. As for whether you believe me or not, it has nothing to do with me. Senior divine mathematician, you can try to sense whether or not I have a chaos stele in my body. Longao no longer had any chaos steles in his body. He had given them to his grandfather and parents. As for the non-attributed chaos steles, they were in the primal chaos palace. Longao was completely confident that even the divine mathematician wouldn't be able to sense the primal chaos palace in his body, much less the other space dominators. Because of this, Longao didn't fear being sensed. This was why he dared to enter the primal chaos palace so openly. The divine mathematician didn't stand on ceremony. Not only did he want to see whether or not Longao had a chaos stele, but he also wanted to give the other space dominators an explanation. No matter what, of the 12 space dominators, only the divine mathematician had recovered his strength. After sensing, the divine mathematician said indifferently, "There is no chaos stele in your body. Go. Goodbye." Longao didn't hesitate. He immediately turned and left. A moment later, he disappeared without a trace and entered the primal chaos plane. If Master God Diviner could sense that Longao's primal chaos stele wasn't there, then that meant it really wasn't there. No one said a word. The primal chaos stele had vanished without a trace, and no one knew who had devoured it. Even they couldn't stop the rise of the starry sky sovereign. Everyone felt helpless. Chapter 23:20. Father, is Longao doing this on purpose? Yi Gudu didn't believe Longao's words. He believed that Longao had entered the primal chaos plane to obtain the other primal chaos tablets. Master God Diviner shook his head. Longao is no fool. He has already consumed the primal chaos tablet. If he tries to force it out, there will only be one result. The primal chaos tablet will leave on its own. Was that really the case? Before Yi Gudu could speak, Master God Diviner said, "The primal chaos tablet in Longao's body must have left on its own. You should know that we weren't the first ones to acquire the 12 primal chaos tablets. So that's how it was." Since his father had said this, Yi Gudu didn't say anything. The other rulers of space didn't think much of it. None of them doubted Master God Diviner's words. If even Master God Diviner could sense that the primal chaos tablet in Longao's body had left, then there was no question that the tablet in Longao's body had left. Within the primal chaos tablet. Seeing Longao suddenly descend, everyone was stunned. Did Longao want to consume more primal chaos tablets? But Longao had already consumed a primal chaos tablet. If he could successfully refine it, he would definitely become a ruler of space. The others didn't know, but the faces of the 3 eagles were extremely gloomy. They knew Longao's situation. If it were just Longao alone, the 3 eagles wouldn't care at all. But behind Longao was a ruler of space. "Longao, aren't you being a bit too greedy?" "That's right. You've already acquired a primal chaos tablet. Do you want the others?" If it had been anyone else, no one would have placed him in their eyes. Only Longao was a variable. Because previously, no one had been able to get close to the primal chaos stone tablet. The moment they did, they would be killed by the primal chaos stone tablet. Only Longao had been able to get close to the primal chaos tablets. He'd even been able to smoothly acquire them. If they said they weren't afraid, they would be lying. If Longao could really obtain the other primal chaos stone tablets, no one would be able to stop him. Longao just smiled and chose to ignore it. This time, he had entered the chaos plane in order to openly seize the chaos stone tablets. Of the 9 remaining chaos stone tablets, he would first obtain one of them. "Longao, you've gone too far." Sky Eagle's expression became increasingly gloomy. If it weren't for the starry sky ruler behind Longao, Sky Eagle would have already taken action. There was no need to wait until now. "My primal chaos tablet has already left." In order to avoid unnecessary trouble, Longao explained it once again. The primal chaos stone tablet left on its own? If it was someone else, perhaps no one would believe it. This was the only thing that no one chose not to believe. This was because Sky Eagle's group of 3 had also obtained a primal chaos stone tablet. However, in the end, the primal chaos stone tablet had left on its own. Only a fool would believe you. I just want to obtain more primal chaos stone tablets. What's the point of saying so much? Truly a piece of trash among trash. Everyone in the surroundings chose not to believe it. That was because Longao's variable was simply too great. No one could obtain the primal chaos stone tablet. Only Longao could obtain it. How could such a person's primal chaos stone tablet leave on its own? However, Longao didn't want to say anything more. The only ones he truly feared were Master God Diviner and the others. As for the others, he didn't care at all, including the numerous peak Starry Sky Immortals. Earth Eagle, Human Eagle, you've seen the Starry Sky Ruler. What are your thoughts? The Starry Sky Ruler? What did Longao mean by this? Of course, everyone knew what the Starry Sky Ruler meant. However, everyone knew that the 12 Starry Sky Rulers had all fallen countless years ago. In all these years, not a single Starry Sky Ruler had appeared. What did Longao mean by this? Could it be that Earth Eagle and Human Eagle had already seen the Starry Sky Ruler? This was simply nonsense. Many people didn't believe it. Everyone looked at the 3 Starry Sky Eagles. Their meaning was simple. They wanted to know if Longao was telling the truth. This was because everyone knew very well that Longao wouldn't casually say such things. As the saying goes, there's no smoke without fire. Especially when it came to the Starry Sky Ruler, everyone knew that Longao wouldn't dare joke about it casually. The only explanation was that Longao was telling the truth. Could Earth Eagle and Human Eagle have seen the Starry Sky Ruler? Earth Eagle and Human Eagle looked at Sky Eagle. The two of them couldn't make up their minds about this matter. Sky Eagle was furious. Of course, he could guess why Longao was doing this. He wanted to use the Starry Sky Ruler to intimidate everyone and smoothly obtain the primal chaos stone tablets. Since things had already come to this, even if he continued to hide it, would he be able to hide it? It was almost impossible. Sky Eagle knew very well that even if he denied it now, the Starry Sky Ruler would still appear in the future. If the Starry Sky Ruler found out about this, the 3 of them would undoubtedly die. In the vast universe, peak Starry Sky Immortals were invincible existences. However, in front of the Starry Sky Ruler, they were nothing. If the Starry Sky Ruler wanted to kill them, it would be as easy as flipping his hand. It would be done in a matter of minutes. Seeing that the 3 of them didn't speak, their expressions changed again. In fact, there was no need to ask any more questions. Everyone around them had already guessed that what Longao had just said should be true. The Starry Sky Ruler's reappearance in the vast universe was definitely the most explosive news. Even the arrival of the 12 primal chaos stone tablets couldn't hide the reappearance of the Starry Sky Ruler. Longao, what do you mean? Lin Han's voice was very serious. He seemed to have guessed something. Could it be that Longao had obtained the primal chaos stone tablets because of the Starry Sky Ruler's help? Now that he thought about it, the more he felt that something was wrong. Without the Starry Sky Ruler's help, Longao couldn't have grown so much in such a short time. Longao's growth was too fast. Even if they saw it with their own eyes, some people still found it hard to believe. I came this time with the Starry Sky Ruler's permission. As for the others, you can think for yourselves. What did that mean? What did Longao mean by that? Longao's words had a hidden meaning. Anyone who wasn't a fool could understand that Longao had entered the primal chaos plane with the Starry Sky Ruler's permission. So what did that mean? Didn't that mean that without the Starry Sky Ruler's permission, even if they obtained the primal chaos stone tablets, they would be killed by the Starry Sky Ruler? It would be a lie to say that they weren't afraid. Chapter 23-21. Everyone was scared silly. If the Starry Sky Ruler really took action, how many people present would be able to withstand the Starry Sky Ruler's attack? It would be a lie to say that he wasn't afraid. Just when everyone wanted to ask Longao for his opinion, Longao had already disappeared. Everyone felt very wary of Longao's Starry Sky Spirit artifact. But one had to know. Longao himself was not strong, but he had a very heaven-defying Starry Sky God tool. Not to mention ordinary people, even peak Starry Sky immortals could not deal with it. Within the Primal Chaos Palace, Longao also had a helpless look on his face because he had no other way to deal with this kind of situation. If it was something else, he definitely wouldn't be like this. That was especially true of the Starry Sky Sovereign and Master God Diviner. However, the Primal Chaos Stone Tablet was the only thing that mattered. Longao knew exactly what the Primal Chaos Stone Tablet meant. In any case, Longao had already decided in his heart that no matter what happened, he had to obtain the remaining 9 Chaos Stone Tablets. Since then, he had obtained a total of 12 Primal Chaos Stone Tablets. That meant that he had created 12 rulers of the universe. What kind of concept was that? Longao was waiting for an opportunity because he wasn't sure if he could really obtain the Chaos Stone Tablet. It was still an unknown. Not only Longao, everyone was waiting. However, everyone was different from Longao. Everyone was waiting for the Primal Chaos Stone Tablet to lose its attacking power. 12 Chaos Stone Steelies. Ice and Fire Chaos Stone Tablet, Lightning Chaos Stone Tablet, Darkness Chaos Stone Tablet, Sky Demon Chaos Stone Tablet, Black Dragon Chaos Stone Tablet, Life Chaos Stone Tablet, Strength Chaos Stone Tablet, Wind Cloud Chaos Stone Tablet, Spirit Chaos Stone Tablet, Light Chaos Stone Tablet, Mad Blade Chaos Stone Tablet, Godly Spear Chaos Stone Tablet. Now that he had lost the Divine Spear Chaos Stone Tablet, the Black Dragon Chaos Stone Tablet, and the Spirit Chaos Stone Tablet, the remaining 9 Chaos Stone Tablets all had a ball of light above their heads, a ball of light that could instantly kill anyone. Everyone was very anxious. Because the longer they delayed, the more disadvantageous it would be for them. The remaining 9 Chaos Stone Steelies were like old monks in meditation, their attacks never disappearing. Longao was also a little impatient. He was afraid that the 9 Chaos Stone Tablets would lose their attacking power at the same time. If that was the case, then things would really be troublesome. Make your move. In the end, Longao decided to end the battle quickly. Of the remaining 9 Chaos Stone Steelies, Longao pondered for a while before finally choosing the Icefire Chaos Stone Steely. Seeing Longao make a move, everyone was furious to the extreme. With the lesson of the past, everyone was completely terrified. Although he knew that the Starry Sky Ruler was standing guard outside, and that anyone who dared to obtain the Primal Chaos Tablet would likely be killed by the Starry Sky Ruler, he didn't dare to do so. What kind of concept was that? But even so, with things as they were, there were still people who were willing to obtain the Primal Chaos Stone Tablets. This was because obtaining a Primal Chaos Stone Tablet meant that one could become a ruler of the universe. Even if they risked being killed by the Starry Sky Ruler, countless people were willing to do so. Everyone knew that once they devoured the Primal Chaos Tablet and became the Starry Sky Ruler, they wouldn't have to fear the Starry Sky Ruler. But within the crowd, there were still people who were afraid. Even though the temptation of the Primal Chaos Stone Tablets was too great, compared to their lives, it wasn't enough. Everyone, 95% of the people chose to stay. Only 5% chose to leave. In the blink of an eye, Longao had already arrived at the leftmost Chaos Stone Tablet, which was the Icefire Chaos Stone Tablet. Looking at the Primal Chaos Stone Tablet in front of him, Longao carefully touched it. He wasn't attacked by the Primal Chaos Stone Tablet. His heart was filled with joy. It seemed like his guess wasn't wrong. The non-elemental Primal Chaos Stone Tablet within the Primal Chaos Stone Tablet seemed to be of a very high grade. It could suppress all other Primal Chaos Stone Tablets. As for whether it could suppress high-grade Primal Chaos Stone Tablets, that was still unknown. In the end, the only reason he wasn't attacked by the Primal Chaos Stone Tablet was because of the non-elemental Primal Chaos Stone Tablet. Otherwise, his situation would be the same as everyone else. The moment he got close to the Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, he would definitely be destroyed by it. Longao succeeded again. Looking at Longao keeping the Primal Chaos Stone Tablet in his hands, everyone was completely stunned. Even though they had already guessed this result, there were still countless people who were shocked to the extreme. Longao successfully obtained the Primal Chaos Stone Tablet and directly entered the Primal Chaos Hall, disappearing without a trace. Big brother, if this continues, Longao will take the tablets one by one. We really won't have any chance at all. Human Eagle was very anxious because there were 12 Chaos Stone Tablets. In addition to the Chaos Stone Tablet that Longao had just obtained, he had already lost a total of 4 Chaos Stone Tablets. At this rate, he believed that it wouldn't be long before the remaining 8 Chaos Stone Tablets were all obtained by Longao. Not only that, Longao also had the Star Ruler as his backing. It was like adding wings to a tiger. Within the Primal Chaos Hall, Longao looked at the Ice and Fire Primal Chaos Stone Tablet before him and laughed. Without any hesitation, he immediately prepared to leave and return to the Soaring Dragon Empire. Under such circumstances, other than showing off to the other Star Rulers, he had to use the fastest speed to hand the tablet over to those who needed it. Longao immediately placed the tablet before the non-elemental Primal Chaos Stone Tablet. Still the same as before, the tablet didn't dare to stand at the same height as the non-elemental Primal Chaos Stone Tablet. Instead, it was a meter lower. Just as Longao was about to leave the tablet, he was blocked by everyone, especially the Peak Star Sky Immortals. Wang Dao laughed coldly. Longao, you've already obtained 1 tablet. Whether or not you leave on your own, that's your problem. It has nothing to do with us. And now you want another tablet? Isn't that a little too shameless? Shameless? Longao laughed. Looking at the 3 Space Eagles on the left, he sneered and said, I got a Chaos Stone Tablet before, but if I remember correctly, the 3 Space Eagles also got a Chaos Stone Tablet. Whether or not their Chaos Stone Tablet disappeared, they also chose to leave. But what happened in the end? They're still guarding here. I can guarantee that the moment the tablet loses its attacking power, the 3 of them will immediately snatch it. The hearts of the 3 Space Eagles had reached the peak of their anger as they fiercely scolded Longao. How could they not know about Longao's shamelessness? Longao wanted to lead the topic to the 3 of them. In this way, Longao would be able to easily escape. Sky Eagle sneered and said, Longao, I can almost say that the Primal Chaos Stone Tablet you obtained earlier did not leave by itself. Chapter 23-22. It's none of your business. Longao. Before Sky Eagle could finish, Longao sneered and said, Space 3 Eagles, you'd better shut your mouths. We all know what you are. There's no need to be so pretentious. The 3 Eagles were furious to the extreme. No one else said anything. Because everyone wanted to see Longao and the 3 Starry Sky Eagles fight each other to the bitter end. In that case, everyone wanted to sit back and reap the benefits. Seeing no one speak, Longao laughed. His face was full of disdain. He said mockingly, It's not that I'm looking down on you, but none of you can stop me. Although they didn't want to admit it, the truth was in front of them. Longao's strength wasn't much, but he had a Space God artifact. A Space God artifact that no one could stop him from entering. Thinking that no one could stop Longao, everyone felt depressed. They could only watch as Longao left, but no one tried to stop him. Longao, this is the last time. I hope you won't come here again. Longao didn't say anything. Everyone hoped that Longao wouldn't come here again. Every time he came, he took away a Primal Chaos Stone Tablet. Every time he came, he took away a Primal Chaos Stone Tablet. If this continued, who could stand it? Although Longao had obtained another Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, there were still 8 Primal Chaos Stone Tablets left. Outside the Primal Chaos Plane, seeing Longao come out, all the space rulers were stunned. Without question, Longao had come out so quickly because he had obtained a Primal Chaos Stone Tablet. There was no doubt about that. How had Longao done it? They couldn't figure it out. They really couldn't figure it out. No one could figure it out because they didn't know how Longao had obtained a Primal Chaos Stone Tablet. How had he been able to smoothly obtain 2 Primal Chaos Stone Tablets in such a short time? Everyone surrounded Longao. Longao, we really want to ask, how did you do it? Although Dragon Annihilation did not say it clearly, Longao knew very well what it meant. Seeing that Longao wasn't speaking, Longming said, Longao, you've already obtained 2 chaos tablets. We can't let you try all the chaos tablets. If that's the case, all the chaos tablets will spread. What do you think we should do? Without waiting for Longao to speak, Longming continued, Longao, we now entrust you with a task. We hope that you can bring out the remaining 8 chaos tablets and hand them over to us. Why should I help you? You. Chemph. He snorted coldly. Longao didn't care. He didn't compromise because of Longming, Longmie, and the other rulers of the starry sky. It was just a joke. He still wanted to obtain the remaining 8 chaos stone tablets for himself. How could he possibly hand them over to these so-called rulers of the starry sky? Cough, cough. At this moment, the god diviner suddenly coughed twice and said, Longao, we hope that you can help us bring out the remaining 8 chaos tablets. We'll take care of everything else. From now on, the Soaring Dragon Empire will be the overlord of the universe. No one will be able to shake it. One had to admit that the god diviner's conditions were very tempting. If it were anyone else, they definitely wouldn't be able to resist such temptation. After all, to be able to successfully dominate the universe was the dream of every cultivator of the starry sky. The other rulers of the starry sky didn't say much. Apart from the chaos tablets, everything else didn't matter to them. The rulers of the starry sky had already transcended the mortal world. Would Longao agree? If Longao agreed, then he wouldn't be Longao. Longao smiled and said, Senior, it's not that I don't want to give you face. It's just that there's nothing I can do. If you want to obtain the chaos tablets, you need to rely on luck. I can't help you obtain the remaining chaos tablets without caring about my own life. It's a bit unrealistic. Reject the other rulers of the starry sky? Even rejecting the god diviner? What did this mean? What did Longao mean by this? Everyone was a little dumbfounded. Longao was just a puny titled territory ancestor. He hadn't even broken through to the starry sky almighty realm. According to this situation, it would be a matter of minutes for the people here to kill Longao. This was especially true for the god diviner. He probably only needed to lift a finger to destroy Longao. However, the god diviner smiled and didn't show any anger. Longao, I know what you mean. You can go first. I hope you can successfully devour and refine the chaos tablets this time and become a ruler of the starry sky soon. Ah! What did the god diviner mean? Everyone was completely confused. According to their calculations, if Longao dared to do this, the god diviner wouldn't easily choose to give up. However, the god diviner didn't show any anger and didn't kill Longao. What did this mean? However, since the god diviner didn't pursue the matter, the others didn't dare to say anything. They could only watch as Longao left. No one dared to do anything. What should they do? Among the countless people, only Ao Long had been able to successfully obtain a primal chaos tablet. Whether or not Ao Long had been able to refine the primal chaos tablets, everyone knew that if Ao Long had left with all the primal chaos tablets, wouldn't that mean that all the primal chaos tablets would end up in the vast starry sky? In that case, even if someone managed to refine the primal chaos tablets and become a ruler of the starry sky, no one would be able to stop them. How could they not be angry? Longmie thought for a moment and said, God diviner, I believe you know Longao's situation better than we do. Under such circumstances, if we let Longao leave so easily, what should we do? If the chaos tablets end up in the starry sky, we won't be able to stop the rise of a ruler of the starry sky. What should we do then? In everyone's eyes, there could only be 12 rulers of the starry sky in the starry sky. Even if there was one more Longao, there couldn't be more. The god diviner smiled. As I said before, Longao is a variable. His fate has been determined, and even I can't change it. Even if we can suppress Longao, killing him is something I can't do. Forget about you. Even I can't do it. Rather than that, we might as well be on good terms with Longao. Fate has been determined. The god diviner's god diviner chaos tablet was a high-grade chaos tablet. His divinations were almost always accurate. If the God Diviner said that Longao's fate was determined, then it had to be true. Chapter 23:23. The Soaring Dragon Plane. Longao had already successfully acquired the Icefire Chaos Stone Tablet. After thinking it over, he finally decided to let Yu Yin devour it. Big brother Long, I think I'll pass. Let my other two sisters devour it first. Of the three girls, Yu Yin was considered the eldest. Longao shook his head. Laughing, he said, Yu Yin, listen to me. I've already acquired 4 Chaos Stone Tablets. Grandfather, father, mother, and you can all devour a Chaos Stone Tablet each. As for the Chaos Plane, there are 8 more. Whether it's by Ling or Aoshue, they'll both devour their own. It's just a matter of who does it first. Yu Yin seemed to want to say something, but Longao stopped her. Yu Yin, listen to me. Since things had already come to this, Yu Yin could only nod. She agreed to devour the Icefire Chaos Stone Tablet. Seeing Yu Yin agree, Longao was overjoyed. If his family could all refine the Chaos Stone Tablets and become rulers of the universe, then he'd be able to relax quite a bit in the future. Because until now, Longao still wasn't sure if Master God Diviner was friend or foe. This was exactly the case. He had to plan for the worst. If Master God Diviner fell out with him in the future, then he'd have a hard time dealing with him. No matter what, Master God Diviner's God Diviner Chaos Stone Tablet was the only high-grade Chaos Stone Tablet of the 24. Big brother Long, are you still worried? Longao laughed. Of course, he wouldn't let Yu Yin worry with him. As a man, he had to shoulder everything. Shelter from the wind and rain. Yu Yin, I'll take care of these things. Next, you only have one mission. Do everything you can to refine the Icefire Chaos Stone Tablet and become a ruler of the universe as soon as possible. The sooner his family could refine the tablet and become rulers of the universe, the sooner he could relax. Yu Yin nodded. Of course she knew how serious this matter was. Without the slightest hesitation, she immediately went into seclusion to refine the tablet, hoping to become a ruler of the universe as soon as possible. Longao had just returned, and Xiling was right behind him. As soon as they met, Violet Spirit went straight to the point and said, Longao, you've once again obtained a primal chaos tablet. This has already caused everyone to be unhappy. If my guess is correct, you'll be in big trouble in the future. He wasn't surprised at all. Regarding this point, Longao had already thought it through. His face was full of indifference. Xiling, I know this very well, but I'm not worried at all. Huh. Seeing that Longao didn't seem to care, Xiling became curious. He didn't know what was going on with Longao. Xiling, as long as the clairvoyant doesn't make a move, we don't need to worry about the other rulers of the stars. It was only for a moment. Xiling understood what Longao meant. Of the 12 rulers of the starry sky, only Master God Diviner had recovered his power. The other rulers had all been tricked, and it would be difficult for them to assimilate the primal Chaos Stone Steelies and become a ruler of the starry sky. As long as Master God Diviner didn't make a move, Longao would be safe for the time being. But even so, Xiling was still very worried. Because no one could be sure whether or not Master God Diviner would make a move. What if Master God Diviner did make a move? His face grave, Xiling said worriedly, Longao, Master God Diviner is shameless. I'm sure you know better than I do. Even if Master God Diviner doesn't make a move on the surface, what if he plays some dirty tricks behind the scenes? How could Longao not know what Xiling was worried about? He chuckled. Don't worry about that. I'm almost certain that Master God Diviner has calculated something. Otherwise, how could he have let me assimilate a chaos tablet so casually? He sighed deeply. What did Master God Diviner mean? Not even Xiling could guess. But things had already gotten this far. He could only take it one step at a time. What do you plan to do next? Longao knew exactly what Xiling meant. After a moment's thought, he said, no matter what, I can't continue to enter the Chaos Plane openly. I have to steal the Chaos Tablets in secret. Longao knew very well that the Starry Sky rulers could tolerate him once, or even twice. But if he did it a third time, or a fourth time, it was obvious what would happen. He couldn't continue to take that risk. Xiling nodded in agreement. Longao continued. According to what I've sensed, if nothing unexpected happens, it won't be long before the remaining 8 Chaos Tablets of Life lose their offensive power. As for this Chaos Tablet, I have to take it. Aoshua had been pregnant with a child for so many years, but it hadn't been born yet. According to Xiling's guess, the child in Aoshua's belly was no simple child. It required an enormous amount of power to sustain it. It was precisely because of this. Longao was very clear on what kind of situation the Life Primal Chaos Stone Tablet was to Aoshua. That was because within the Life Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, there was an enormous amount of life energy. To Aoshua, it was simply too helpful. Xiling knew this, and so he didn't ask any further questions. Just as Longao had guessed, roughly 3 days after he left the Chaos Plane. Of the remaining 8 Primal Chaos Stone Tablets, the white ball of light above the Life Primal Chaos Stone Tablet's head instantly disappeared, which also meant that it had lost its attacking power. Just like that, everyone in the surroundings went crazy. Because of the 12 Primal Chaos Stone Tablets, they had already lost 4 of them. The earlier they obtained the Primal Chaos Stone Tablets, the better. Many people went crazy. It didn't matter if they were on the same side or not. If they tried to stop them from taking the Chaos Tablets, they would kill them all. In just a few minutes, many people had fallen. Corpses were everywhere as far as the eye could see. Blood flowed like a river, and corpses were strewn everywhere. This scene was a bit too terrifying. However, no matter how many people died, it didn't stop these people from crazily snatching the Chaos Tablets. Everyone knew that if they could obtain the Chaos Tablets, they would become the ruler of the universe. They would be able to dominate the universe, and no one would dare to provoke them. This temptation was too great. No one could resist it. Even the other rulers of the universe wanted to obtain the Chaos Tablets. Everyone knew that as long as they could obtain a Chaos Tablet and refine it, they would be able to give up on the Chaos Tablets they currently possessed. They would then be free from the threat of Master God Diviner. However, it was still the same. No ruler of the universe could enter the Chaos Plane. Even Master God Diviner couldn't do it. Master God Diviner and the others wanted to control other people to enter the Primal Chaos Plane and steal the Primal Chaos Tablets, but that was impossible. They had already done so, and as soon as they entered the Primal Chaos Plane, their control would vanish. Everyone was depressed because the Primal Chaos Plane seemed to only target Star Ruler. Chapter 23-24. Crazily snatching. Crazily killing each other, more and more space cultivators fell. No one cared, because as long as they could get the Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, it was worth it no matter how many people died. The Life Primal Chaos Stone Tablet stood there quietly. Everyone around was too fast. In the blink of an eye, they were already in front of the tablet. Close at hand. And at this time, the Life Primal Chaos Stone Tablet emitted waves of white light, instantly enveloping everyone, including all the peak space undyings. Everyone was completely frightened. Because of the previous example, everyone was very clear what it meant to be enveloped by the Primal Chaos Stone Tablet's power. Death was certain. Not to mention normal people, even the peak space undyings couldn't block the tablet's instant kill. The result? No one fell. Instead, everyone's face was filled with joy, because the power emitted from the tablet bathed everyone. It was very comfortable. In just an instant, anyone enveloped by the white light would have their cultivation level forcibly raised by a level. Those with great talents would raise by 2 or even 3 levels. As for the peak space undyings, they didn't raise much, because once they reached the peak space undyings, unless they devoured the tablet, it was very hard to raise their cultivation level. However, just this moment, normal space undyings, even space legends, relied on this mysterious power and actually broke through to the peak space undyings. In a short few minutes, there were no less than 10 new peak space undyings. Of which, the most depressed were the 20 peak space undyings from before, because they were very clear, every new peak space undyings was a little more fearful to them. The more it was so, the more everyone was greedy, They couldn't wait to get the tablet. No one was a fool, because after what happened just now, everyone was very clear that this tablet wasn't simple, because the previous tablets didn't have such a situation. Longao borrowed Xilin's power, once again stepping into the primal chaos plane without anyone noticing. Because of the primal chaos stone tablet's power, even Longao was affected by the power increase. In just an instant, Longao's cultivation level broke through from the titled World Ancestor to the Space Almighty. Originally, with Longao's talent, if he wanted to borrow this power, breaking through shouldn't be a problem. However, Longao didn't continue. It was a very simple question. The others had already made a move. If he didn't make a move at this time, wouldn't that be handing over the primal chaos stone tablet? It was absolutely impossible. However, it would be a lie to say that he wasn't depressed. This was because Longao was very clear on one thing. That was that with the help of the life primal chaos tablet, the first time was the most limited. He had gone completely crazy. For the sake of obtaining the primal chaos stone tablets, everyone did not care about anything else. It could even be said that for the sake of obtaining the primal chaos stone tablets, even if the cultivators of the first starry sky tried to stop them, they would still be killed without mercy. This was human nature. For the sake of the primal chaos tablet, it wasn't just the people of the starry sky empire. Even their friends and family could make a move. Longao did not try to snatch it. Although his cultivation had already broken through the starry sky calamity, many of the starry sky cultivators around him could still kill him. Under such circumstances, there was no need to forcefully make a move. Time Shorekill technique. Longao's cultivation base had already broken through to the starry sky realm, and the power of his time Shorekill technique had doubled as well. Many people could sense that time had stopped around them. Before they could even react, the time shackles had already begun. Crack, crack, crack. One by one, their bodies began to disintegrate as they were killed by the time shackles. They could not even resist. This was Longao's strength. The current Longao was filled with confidence. Unless he met with a legendary or even an immortal, no one would be a match for him. Even if it were a starry sky realm powerful being, he would be able to kill them instantly. Just a casual move, a Shorekill technique of time, had killed tens of thousands of people. What sort of a concept was this? If it were any other time, there would definitely be people who would be able to pinpoint Longao's actions. But at this moment, everyone was frantically trying to snatch the primal chaos stone tablets. Coupled with the fact that Longao was constantly making use of space teleportation to change his position, no one could pinpoint the culprit. No one cared. With the help of space teleportation, Longao's body continued to move around. Not long after, Ao Long also arrived in front of the Life Primal Chaos Tablet. However, the Life Primal Chaos Tablet had already been obtained by a Starry Sky legend. Without hesitation, this Starry Sky legend who had obtained the Primal Chaos Tablet began to fly madly. He knew very well what obtaining the Primal Chaos Tablet meant. If he was any slower, he would definitely die. Under such circumstances, even a peak Starry Sky Realm Immortal or even a peak Starry Sky Realm Immortal would not dare to be careless. The temptation of the Primal Chaos Stone Tablet was simply too great. This legendary came from the Second Starry Sky Empire. Seeing that one of their own had obtained the Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, Lin Han and Wang Dao were overjoyed. These two peak Starry Sky Realm Immortals could not wait to get their hands on it. Yang Lin, leave it to me. Legend Yang Lin snorted inwardly. He had risked his life to get the Primal Chaos Stone Tablet. Why should he hand it over? If it had been anything else, he would definitely have handed it over. But the situation was different now. For the Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, even the heavens would not be able to do anything. Yang Lin, of course, knew what was going on. He had successfully obtained the Primal Chaos Stone Tablet. Once he devoured and refined it, he would become a Starry Sky ruler. At that time, not many in the universe would dare to provoke him, let alone two peak Starry Sky Realm Immortals. Thinking of this, Yang Lin did not reply. Without slowing down, he chose to leave. Although they had already guessed that this would happen, the two of them were still furious to the extreme. Everyone chased after Legend Yang Lin. Again, no one cared if Legend Yang Lin lived or died. Everyone only cared about one thing, and that was the Primal Chaos Stone Tablet. It didn't take long for 70% of the people to chase after them. Even so, the remaining 30% were still densely packed with people as far as the eye could see. One had to admit that the people who entered the Primal Chaos Plane were terrifying. Chapter 23-25. Longao didn't chase. 12 Primal Chaos Stone Tablets. There were 7 left. Longao was extremely confident. Even if someone managed to get the Life Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, to devour and refine it wouldn't be an easy task. While most people left, Longao prepared to deal with the remaining 7 Primal Chaos Stone Tablets. However, Longao didn't openly steal them. If others or even the universe ruler found out about this, he would be in deep trouble. What should he do? Longao was a bit serious. He didn't know how he could do it without anyone noticing. Teleportation? No. Thinking back and forth, in a short period of time, Longao also could not think of a good way to obtain the Primal Chaos Stone Tablet. He was helpless. Just as the remaining 30% were staring intently at the 7 Primal Chaos Stone Tablets in front of them, the situation suddenly changed. The 7 Primal Chaos Stone Tablets suddenly scattered in all directions. In the blink of an eye, the 7 Primal Chaos Stone Tablets had disappeared without a trace. Ah! What was going on? Looking at the 7 Chaos Stone Tablets that had already disappeared, everyone was completely dumbfounded. They had no idea what had just happened. Longao was delighted. This way, even though finding the 7 Primal Chaos Stone Tablets was difficult, he could hide the fact that he had gotten them. Without any hesitation, Longao immediately chased after the 7 Primal Chaos Stone Tablets. As for the remaining people, they all chased after them. The 8 Primal Chaos Stone Tablets were scattered everywhere. The Life Primal Chaos Stone Tablet was obtained by Yang Ling. He used his fastest speed to flee. Yang Ling was very smart. He didn't prepare to leave, because he chose to believe Longao's words. There was a universe ruler outside. If he chose to leave now, he would definitely die. Right now, he had to think of a way to bring the Life Primal Chaos Stone Tablet to a secluded place to refine it. Once he refined it and became a universe ruler, who would be able to threaten him? Thinking about this, Yang Ling's speed increased once more. However, Yang Ling was still a universe legend. His speed couldn't completely shake off a universe undying or a peak universe undying. At this rate, it was almost impossible for Yang Ling to successfully take away the Life Chaos Tablet. Yang Ling, you dared to betray the Second Cosmic Empire. You know the consequences. Yang Ling, as long as you repent and hand over the Primal Chaos Tablet, we can let bygones be bygones. Otherwise, we will kill you. Lin Han and Wang Dao were furious to the extreme. The two of them never would have thought that Yang Ling actually wanted to keep the Primal Chaos Stone Tablet for herself after obtaining it. Actually, there was nothing wrong with this. Putting aside Yang Ling, no matter who it was, they would not hesitate to take it for themselves. How could they hand it over for free? It was still the same sentence. If it were anything else, Yang Lin would definitely hand it over due to the threat of 2 pinnacle universe undyings. The only exception was the Primal Chaos Stone Tablet. For the Primal Chaos Stone Tablets, he could risk his life. The more he ignored everyone, the angrier Lin Han and Wang Dao became. They wanted nothing more than to immediately kill Yang Lin and seize the Primal Chaos Stone Tablet. In the end, Yang Lin was still surrounded by everyone. However, since Lin Han and Wang Dao wanted the tablet, they naturally wouldn't let anyone else get it first. Instead, they looked coldly at everyone around them. Lin Han smiled and said, "Everyone, I'm sorry, but Yang Lin is still a member of the First Starry Sky Empire, so we'll take care of him. I hope everyone can give us some face and we won't take the other Chaos Tablets. How about that? Would anyone believe that? If anyone did, they would be idiots." Everyone was certain that if Lin Han and Wang Dao obtained this tablet, Not only would they swallow it, they would even continue to fight for the other tablets. This was without a doubt. Hence, no one would believe it. And everyone was very clear that in the current situation, if they could get the tablet first, they would act first. The longer they delayed, no one knew what would happen. Sky Eagle laughed coldly and mocked, "You too, you are already shameless enough. Why lie through your teeth? Even if you are shameless, we are disgusted too." Earth Eagle laughed and said, "Big Brother is right. You two are really shameless enough. Everyone can fight for the tablet. Why should it belong to you too?" Sky Eagle also said, "Both of you, all of us can promise you that as long as you withdraw from fighting for this tablet, we will give you another chance for the other tablets. How about that?" Everyone had their own agenda. They all wanted this tablet. Lin Han and Wang Dao's faces darkened. The tablet was right in front of them, but everyone was eyeing it. As the saying goes, 2 fists cannot fight 4 hands. If everyone attacked at the same time, how would the 2 of them deal with it? "Yang Ling, as long as you hand over the tablet, we can spare your life." "Sky Eagle, you've gone too far." Looking at everyone in front of them, Lin Han and Wang Dao slowly approached Yang Ling. No matter what happened, they had to obtain the primal chaos stone tablet first. The 2 of them had already decided that as long as they could obtain the primal chaos stone tablet, everything would be fine. The 2 of them had full confidence in their own strength and speed. If they could get the tablet, no one would be able to catch up to them when they left. How could the others not know what the 2 of them were thinking? The key was Yang Ling. Yang Ling sneered and said coldly, "Lin Han, Wang Dao, from today onwards, I, Yang Ling, will leave the number 1 Starry Sky Empire. I have nothing to do with you." Yang Ling was no fool. She knew her current situation very well. Even if she handed over the tablet, Lin Han and Wang Dao would not let her go. Since she was going to die anyway, why bother? She might as well shed all pretense of cordiality here. Who knows, she might have a chance of survival. "Yang Ling, looks like you are determined to betray the number 1 Starry Sky Empire." The 2 of them became even more furious because Yang Ling's choice was completely disregarding the 2 of them. How could the 2 of them still have any face left? The 3 Space Eagles and everyone else, I, Yang Ling, am unable to devour the Chaos Tablet. I only hope that you can promise me one thing. As long as you can kill Lin Han and Wang Dao, I will hand over the Chaos Tablet. Otherwise, we will fight to the death and no one will be able to obtain the Chaos Tablet. Everyone knew what Yang Ling was trying to do. She wanted to borrow everyone's strength to kill the 2 of them. Chapter 23-26. Attack. If they could be sure of getting the primal chaos tablet, then so be it. However, in this situation, no one dared to say for sure that they could get it. What if they couldn't get it? One had to know, Peak Universe Undying were different from other universe cultivators. It would be a lie to say they weren't afraid. If they offended a Peak Universe Undying, they wouldn't even know how they died. Seeing no one speak, Yang Ling laughed coldly and said, "Since you're not willing to attack, then I'm sorry. I'll have to destroy this tablet and fight to the death." However, Tianying laughed and mocked, "Do you think that you can destroy the primal chaos stone tablet? Do you have the right?" The tablet wasn't just powerful, its defense was insanely terrifying. Not to mention Yang Ling, even a Peak Universe Undying wouldn't be able to destroy it. Yang Ling laughed and didn't care at all. "It's up to you whether to believe me or not." Everyone in the surroundings felt uncertain when they saw how calm Yang Ling was, because the calmer Yang Ling was, the more worried they were, because if it was true, then it would be extremely troublesome. Just as everyone was hesitating, unsure if Yang Ling was telling the truth, a figure appeared out of thin air. "Give me the tablet." Seeing the mysterious person suddenly appear, everyone, including Yang Ling, was completely shocked. This person was able to enter the circle without anyone noticing. This in itself was proof of his strength. They couldn't sense anything from him. Was this person also a Peak Universe Undying? "Why should I give it to you?" The person who just appeared wasn't anyone else but Longao. However, Longao came in disguise. With Xiling's help, unless it was godly mathematician or another universe ruler, no one else could sense Longao's true identity. This was why Longao dared to come openly and wasn't afraid of revealing his whereabouts. Longao directly attacked and didn't waste any words. Universe control. He also used his time shorekill techniques, time imprisonment and time shatter. If it was before, even if Longao had such heaven-defying abilities, he might not be able to kill a universe legend. But now, the situation was completely different. Longao's cultivation had successfully reached the Starry Sky Realm and reached the peak of the Starry Sky Realm. Longao could kill any Starry Sky cultivator, including those below the Starry Sky Realm. Even if he encountered a Starry Sky legend, he would still be able to fight them. As for whether or not he could kill a legend of the Starry Sky, that would depend on various circumstances. However, if Longao were to use the Chaos Axe, it would only take a few minutes for him to kill Yang Lin. But could he use it? It was definitely impossible. Longao was very clear that if he forcefully used the Chaos Axe, he would definitely be discovered by others. If this matter were to spread, he would be in a lot of trouble. It was still the same sentence. He didn't fear the people here, including the peak Starry Sky Immortals, but he had to be wary of the 10 Starry Sky rulers guarding the outside, especially the Oracle. Ah! Was that Longao? Everyone was completely dumbfounded when they saw the cracks in the space in front of them. It seemed that only Longao possessed such a divine ability. Who was this person? Why was he able to shatter the starry sky? It couldn't possibly be Longao. Everyone was very clear that Longao had already successfully obtained a Chaos Stone tablet. Under normal circumstances, Longao should be using all his strength to devour the Chaos Stone tablet. How could he continue to obtain the other Chaos Stone tablets? If it wasn't Longao, then who could it be? Everyone was almost certain that the person who had just appeared was definitely not Longao. Logically speaking, Longao couldn't possibly continue to appear here. In a moment of carelessness, Yang Lin was almost killed. While he was shocked, he was also completely terrified. This was because he was almost certain that the opponent's strength was enough to kill him. Moreover, the opponent's speed was too fast. Longao was also extremely depressed that he hadn't succeeded in killing his opponent in one move. He had to obtain the Life Chaos Stone tablet. Longao took out the dragon seal that he had never used before from the Chaos Palace. This was the current Chaos Seal. He viciously smashed it towards Yang Lin. The Seal of Chaos looked ordinary on the surface. Yang Lin laughed coldly because he could not sense how powerful this average-sized seal was. Wanting to kill him, was it possible? Just as Yang Lin was prepared to meet force with force, he punched out with both fists. Suddenly, the situation changed. A scream rang out. Yang Lin's body was like a kite with a broken string. He was viciously smashed out by the Chaos Seal. Everyone was shocked to the extreme. However, no one cared about Yang Ling's life or death. The only thing that mattered was the primal Chaos Stone tablet. It was something that everyone dreamed of obtaining. Everyone rushed towards the heavily injured Yang Ling, whose fate was unknown. The reason for that was because the fastest person would be able to obtain the primal Chaos Stone tablet. There was no doubt about it. Longao, of course, did not hesitate. He also made use of the space teleportation and headed toward Yang Ling. As Longao's cultivation level broke through, his teleportation speed had reached its limit. This also meant that even if his cultivation level broke through to Star Sky Legend, or even Star Sky Immortal or Peak Star Sky Immortal, his teleportation speed would still be the same. It was a limit that couldn't be increased. This was why Longao was the most depressed. This was because Longao knew why the speed of spatial teleportation had reached its limit. Many people were very clear about this problem. It was because the limit of speed was not spatial teleportation at all. The peak of speed was time teleportation. Almost no one could do this. Only the ruler of time and starry sky, Longming, could really do it. Even the other rulers of Star Sky couldn't compete with Longming in terms of speed. Even the Oracle couldn't. This was the peak of speed, time teleportation. As for the peak of the power of space, it wasn't teleportation. Longao knew very well that it wasn't easy for him to condense time teleportation. Although Longao's speed was about the same as a peak star sky immortal, he was still one step behind because of the distance. The first to arrive were Lin Han and Wang Dao. However, Lin Han had obtained the Chaos Stone Tablet. The two didn't hesitate at all because obtaining the Chaos Stone Tablet meant that they would be besieged by everyone. The two quickly rushed towards the southeast. No one chose to give up. Even if they weren't strong enough, there were other peak star sky immortals. Everyone chose to follow because obtaining the Chaos Stone Tablet depended entirely on luck. If he was lucky, it wasn't impossible for him to obtain the Chaos Stone Tablet. Chapter 23-27. Brother Lin, give me the Primal Chaos Tablet. In front of the Primal Chaos Tablet, everything else was bullshit. Lin Han and Wang Dao were friends, even brothers, but in front of the Primal Chaos Tablet, it wasn't impossible for them to become enemies. If it was something else, Lin Han might have handed it over. Only the Primal Chaos Tablet. Don't talk about Wang Dao, even if his parents came, he wouldn't hand it over. Brother Wang, cover me, I'll swallow this tablet first. You. Without giving Wang Dao a chance to continue speaking, Longao directly swallowed the Primal Chaos Stone Tablet he had just obtained. Anger. Endless anger. However, things had already happened, so what if he was angry? Lin Hai had already swallowed the tablet, even if he fell out now, it wouldn't change anything. He would just have another strong enemy for no reason. Wang Dao was even more clear that if Lin Han's luck was good and he really refined the tablet and became a space ruler, then he would definitely die. As he ran, he swallowed the tablet. Actually, Lin Han wasn't completely confident that he could swallow the tablet. The lesson of the past was still fresh in his mind. Whether it was Longao or the three Space Eagles, although they all got the tablet, none of them were able to truly swallow it. They all hoped that they could truly swallow it. Seeing that Lin Han had already swallowed the Primal Chaos Tablet, everyone was completely shocked. They were also furious to the extreme. If Lin Han couldn't refine the tablet, then so be it. But if he could, then things would truly be troublesome. Lin Han was a peak space undying, his speed was extremely fast. Especially under these circumstances, Lin Han definitely pushed his speed to the limit. Don't talk about normal people, even other peak space undyings wouldn't be able to catch up to Lin Han easily. Even so, no one chose to give up. For the Primal Chaos Tablet, they could climb a mountain of blades, dive into a sea of flames, they could even gamble with their lives. Many people were extremely afraid of losing their lives, yet no one left the Primal Chaos Plane. Even if they saw Space Cultivator after Space Cultivator fall, they would still be like moths to a flame. All for the Primal Chaos Tablet. Longao was similarly unwilling to give up. Others couldn't, but that didn't mean Longao couldn't. Space teleportation had already reached its limit. Longao and Lin Han's speed were about the same. Because of this, it wasn't easy for Longao to catch up to Lin Han. The result was the same. Lin Han couldn't truly swallow the tablet. It hadn't even been a few minutes since Lin Han had devoured the Life Chaos Tablet, and it had chosen to leave on its own. The Primal Chaos Stone Tablet's speed was simply too fast. In fact, it was thousands of times faster than lightning. What did this mean? Lin Han looked at the rapidly disappearing tablet, he was completely stunned. Although he had guessed this result, he still couldn't accept it. Chmph, if you can't do it, why won't you let me try? Lin Han, aren't you a little too selfish? He didn't say anything because Lin Han felt helpless in his heart. More than that, he was unwilling. The more Lin Han, the more Wang Dao was. If it wasn't for the fact that he didn't want to shed all pretense of cordiality, Wang Dao would have already attacked. However, even if they didn't shed all pretense of cordiality, it was destined that the two of them wouldn't be together in the future. When the time came, the power of the Second Universe Empire would be greatly reduced. It might even be replaced by the Third Universe Empire. However, under such circumstances, Lin Han couldn't care about anything else. He directly chased after the tablet. It wasn't just Lin Han. Everyone else also chased after it. The densely packed crowd moved at an extremely fast speed. Longao had long expected this result. The 12 Chaos Stone tablets that had appeared this time seemed to be very difficult to devour. If not for the fact that he had an attributeless Chaos Stone tablet, wanting to suppress the Chaos Stone tablets wouldn't be an easy task. He had to get the Life tablet. Longao's situation was different from the others. With the attributeless tablet in the Primal Chaos Palace, he could sense where the Life tablet left. He was delighted and immediately chased after it. Soaring Dragon Plane. Within a secret room. As soon as Yu Yin obtained the Ice and Fire Primal Chaos Stone tablet, she immediately began to devour and refine it. She knew that the faster she became a Starry Sky ruler, the more help she would be to Longao. The Life tablet's speed was extremely fast. In the blink of an eye, it disappeared without a trace. Everyone had no choice but to scatter in all directions. East, south, west, and north. Longao didn't hesitate and chose the east direction. Within a mountain cave. Longao had just stepped in when he saw the Life Primal Chaos Stone tablet within the cave. Due to the Life Primal Chaos Stone tablet emitting life energy, it filled the entire cave. Bathing in the powerful aura of life, Longao had already broken through from the titled World Ancestor to the Starry Sky Realm. It was almost impossible for him to continue to break through to the Starry Sky Realm with the help of the aura of life. The only possibility was that Longao would swallow the tablet and refine it. At that time, not to mention using the Life tablet to break through to legend rank, he could become a universe ruler. However, Longao didn't even think about it and chose to give up. It was still the same sentence. Longao didn't hesitate to choose the non-attributed Primal Chaos tablet. Even if it was a low-grade Primal Chaos tablet, he would accept it. It was precisely because of this that Longao chose to give up on the Life Primal Chaos Stone tablet. Moreover, he had already thought of where the Life Primal Chaos Stone tablet would go. He would give it to Ao Shui to devour. No matter what, Ao Shui's situation was somewhat special. He needed the Life Primal Chaos Stone tablet the most. Looking at the Life tablet in front of him, Longao was curious. Because the non-attributed Primal Chaos tablet in the shop seemed to be acting strangely. He didn't know what was going on. In the next second, a Primal Chaos Stone tablet appeared in front of Longao. It was a non-elemental Primal Chaos Stone tablet. It was the same situation. Seeing the non-elemental Primal Chaos Stone tablet, the Life Primal Chaos Stone tablet was like a subject meeting its king. It directly dropped by one level, a full meter. His heart was filled with joy. Longao immediately used the non-attributed Primal Chaos tablet to suppress the Life tablet. He hoped to get rid of the Life tablet as soon as possible. Longao was very depressed because he discovered a problem. The Primal Chaos Palace refused to allow the Life Primal Chaos tablet to enter. What was the meaning of this? Any Primal Chaos tablet could be entered except for the Life Primal Chaos tablet. Chapter 23-28. Due to the suppression of the neutral Primal Chaos tablet, the Ice and Fire Primal Chaos tablet had been completely devoured by Yu Yin. All that was left was to wait. Yu Yin focused on refining the Ice and Fire Primal Chaos tablet. The Ice and Fire Primal Chaos tablet had two types of energy. One was the Ice attribute energy, the other was the Fire attribute energy. The speed at which Yu Yin refined the stone tablet was extremely slow. Based on this speed, who knew how long it would take? Other than Yu Yin, Long Haosha and Longao's parents were also refining the Primal Chaos tablet. 4 people, Xiling, and Long Qiong. Once the 6 of them successfully refined the Primal Chaos tablet and became space dominators, then Soaring Dragon Empire would have 6 space dominators. What kind of concept was that? Just thinking about it was terrifying. If that was the case, then in the entire vast universe, other than the divine mathematician, no one could go against Soaring Dragon Empire. However, other than Longao and a few others, no one else knew about this. Sister, how is Brother Long? I want to go take a look. Bai Ling was very worried. Now that Bai Ling's cultivation had recovered to the starry sky immortal realm, she was only one step away from breaking through the limit. With her current strength, even if she stepped into the primal chaos plane, she believed that she would have a place and be able to help brother Long Xiling shook his head. Bai Ling, don't worry. Longao has the primal chaos palace. Not to mention normal people, even space dominators, including the divine mathematician, can forget about harming Longao. Xiling sighed at the fact that Longao had the primal chaos palace. The primal chaos palace was too powerful. Even if she was an intermediate space dominator, she still couldn't casually enter the primal chaos palace. Not to mention entering the primal chaos palace, it was unknown if she could even sense the aura of the primal chaos palace. However, Xiling was certain that even at his peak, he couldn't sense the aura of the primal chaos palace. Because of this, Xiling thought that even the divine mathematician might not be able to sense the aura of the primal chaos palace. With the help of the primal chaos palace, Longao could sit back and relax. Even so, Bai Ling was still worried. Sister, will brother Long really be fine? Trust me, nothing will happen to Longao. In the distance, within a mysterious cave within the primal chaos plane, the non-elemental primal chaos stone tablet was firmly suppressing the life primal chaos stone tablet. Several hours had already passed, but the life primal chaos stone tablet was still unable to enter the primal chaos palace. Long's expression to the extreme. If the life primal chaos stone tablet could not enter the primal chaos hall, then even if he could devour the life primal chaos stone tablet, he could forget about leaving with it. The situation. If he forcefully left with the life primal chaos tablet, he would definitely be sensed by the other space rulers. When that happened, he would be in big trouble. What should he do? Longao simply could not figure out what had happened. Why was the life chaos tablet unable to enter the primal chaos palace for no reason? He had yet to truly gain control of the primal chaos palace. Thus, Longao had no idea what was going on. Primordial spirit. As the primal chaos stone tablet continued to suppress the primal chaos tablet, Longao finally sensed the difference between the primal chaos tablet and the primal chaos tablet. If nothing unexpected happened, the primal chaos tablet in front of him had a remnant spirit. Could it be the previous owner of the primal chaos tablet? In other words, did someone refine the primal chaos tablet before? Longao finally understood why the primal chaos palace would reject the primal chaos tablet. It was because the primal chaos tablet had a remnant spirit within. If he wanted the primal chaos tablet to enter the primal chaos palace, he had to settle one thing first. That was to settle the remnant spirit within the primal chaos tablet. If he didn't get rid of the remnant spirit, he wouldn't be able to settle it. Keeping the primal chaos tablet, Longao laughed coldly. Are you not going to show yourself? Ha ha ha, after so many years, you are the first person to sense me. Not bad, not bad. Not bad at all. In the next second, a figure appeared from the primal chaos tablet. If nothing unexpected happened, this figure should be the owner of the primal chaos tablet. You have hidden yourself really well. Let's not talk nonsense. If you can help me leave this place and recover my strength, I can help you get a primal chaos tablet and become a space ruler. How about it? Such a condition was truly very tempting. If it was someone else, they would most likely agree. However, Longao smiled and said, you must vanish into thin air. As for this life primal chaos stone tablet, I must also take it away. You know this is the primal chaos tablet. The mysterious person was very shocked. Because he could clearly sense that the other party was just a small space master. Since that was the case, how did the other party know that the primal chaos tablet he had was the primal chaos tablet? This, you don't need to know. Just now, the primal chaos tablet suppressed the primal chaos tablet. The mysterious person didn't seem to know at all. Otherwise, he wouldn't be like this. Ha ha ha, kid, I have to admit that you are very arrogant. However, I have to thank you. Without your help, I don't know how long I would have to sleep for. But now, everything is fine. Even without your help, I can leave this place smoothly. When the time comes, as long as I hide, I will recover my strength sooner or later. At that time, no one will be my match. Is that so? It was still the same words. Longao was determined to get the primal chaos tablet. If that was the case, then he had to destroy this person. Only then could he send the primal chaos tablet into the primal chaos palace and smoothly leave with it. Longao could clearly sense that the mysterious person in front of him, if it was the original body, he definitely wouldn't be his match. However, the situation now was completely different. The other party was only a remnant soul. Moreover, the strength of the remnant soul was at most the same level as him. In other words, it was the so-called Space Master. If the other party was a Starry Sky Immortal or a Peak Starry Sky Immortal, then perhaps he wouldn't have any way to deal with him. However, the other party was a Starry Sky Immortal. Longao had full confidence that he could kill him. Just as the mysterious person was about to say something, Longao didn't want to wait any longer. He knew very well that in this situation, the longer he delayed, the more disadvantageous it would be for him. He had to end this battle quickly. The sooner he finished this person, the sooner he could send the Primal Chaos Tablet into the Primal Chaos Palace and leave the Primal Chaos Plane. After all, if Aoshue could devour the Primal Chaos Tablet, it would be a good thing for Aoshue. With just you. Of course, he could sense that the other party was about to attack. The mysterious person sneered, his face full of contempt. Chapter 23-29. End the battle quickly. Longao did not want to drag things out. He was in a rush to take away the Life Primal Chaos Stone Tablet. The longer he dragged things out, the worse it would be for him. Controlling space. Just as the mysterious man was looking down on him, his face was filled with shock and disbelief. Because he never would have thought that the opponent could shatter space. If he was at his peak, he would not fear controlling space. But now, he was just a remnant soul. His strength was at most comparable to a space expert. How could he resist Longao's control of space? Longao was determined to kill him. In a few short seconds, the mysterious man was dead, disappearing into thin air. A dignified Starry Sky ruler, and a life Starry Sky ruler at that, had died at the hands of Longao. Killing this person. Longao was a little impatient. He directly kept the Life Primal Chaos Stone Tablet into the Primal Chaos Palace. Only now did he truly relax. With regards to the Primal Chaos Palace, Longao was filled with confidence. As long as the Life Primal Chaos Stone Tablet entered the Primal Chaos Palace, not to mention others, even the God Diviner would not be able to sense the aura of the Life Primal Chaos Stone Tablet. Smoothly obtaining the Life Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, Longao was overjoyed to the extreme. However, there were still 7 Primal Chaos Stone Tablets left. Longao's intentions were simple. He wanted to obtain all of them. There were a total of 12 Primal Chaos Stone Tablets. If he could obtain all of them, it meant that in the future, he would be able to create 12 space rulers. What kind of concept was that? Just thinking about it made him excited. If he could really create 12 space rulers, then in the future, he would be able to dominate the vast universe. Other than the God Diviner, he could ignore anyone else. As for the God Diviner, he was indeed a huge problem. Longao was most wary of the God Diviner. If the God Diviner was a friend, then so be it. But if the God Diviner became his enemy, then it would be hard for him to fight against the God Diviner. The Primal Chaos Stone Tablets were split into low-grade, mid-grade, and high-grade. Of the 24 Primal Chaos Stone Tablets, only the God Diviner had a high-grade Primal Chaos Stone Tablet. Currently, Longao was still unable to determine what grade of Chaos Stone Tablet the attribute-less Chaos Stone Tablet he possessed was. From the looks of it, a non-elemental Chaos Stone Tablet should also be a high-grade Chaos Stone Tablet. Otherwise, it would not be able to suppress the other Chaos Stone Tablets. If that was the case, he would have some expectations. Ice and Fire Chaos Stone Tablet, Lightning Chaos Stone Tablet, Darkness Chaos Stone Tablet, Sky Demon Chaos Stone Tablet, Black Dragon Chaos Stone Tablet, Life Chaos Stone Tablet, Strength Chaos Stone Tablet, Wind Cloud Chaos Stone Tablet, Spirit Chaos Stone Tablet, Light Chaos Stone Tablet, Mad Blade Chaos Stone Tablet, Divine Spear Chaos Stone Tablet. Within the 12 Chaos Stone Steelies, Longao had already obtained the Life Chaos Stone Tablet, the Fire and Ice Chaos Stone Tablet, the Divine Spear Chaos Stone Tablet, the Black Dragon Chaos Stone Tablet, and the Spirit Chaos Stone Tablet. Only the Lightning Chaos Tablet, Darkness Chaos Tablet, Sky Demon Chaos Tablet, Strength Chaos Tablet, Wind Cloud Chaos Tablet, Light Chaos Tablet, and Mad Blade Chaos Tablet were left. The remaining 7 Primal Chaos Stone Tablets were scattered in all directions. With no other choice, Longao could only sense one tablet after another. No matter which tablet he sensed first, he had to do everything in his power to obtain it. The 12 Primal Chaos Stone Tablets were all scattered. Everyone began to search for them. Strength was useless. All that mattered was courage. Even if you had heaven-defying strength, if you did not have the slightest bit of luck, don't even talk about obtaining a Primal Chaos Stone Tablet. They all disappeared. Apart from the one Longao had obtained, the other 11 Primal Chaos Stone Tablets, with 1 outside and 10 inside, had all disappeared. When the various rulers of space received this news, their faces were all gloomy. This was the result they were most afraid of. Because in this sort of situation, no matter who obtained the Primal Chaos Stone Tablet, as long as they did not reveal themselves, it would be very difficult for them to determine who had obtained the Primal Chaos Stone Tablet. If the person who obtained the Primal Chaos Stone Tablet chose to remain within the Primal Chaos Plane, then things would become very troublesome. No one was an idiot. If one swallowed the Primal Chaos Stone Tablet in the Primal Chaos Plane, refined it, and became a ruler of space, then even if they were able to determine who it was, it would be too late. This matter could not continue to wait. Everyone went to find Master God Diviner. Dragon Ruin's face was very serious. He went straight to the point and said, "Master God Diviner, out of all of us, only you have truly refined the Primal Chaos Stone Tablet. Think of a way to obtain the remaining 11 Primal Chaos Stone Tablets." Master God Diviner's face was indifferent, as if he didn't take this matter to heart. But Yi Dugu knew very well that his father was also very serious. "I have already removed the forbidden power from the Primal Chaos Stone Tablets in your bodies. But remember, in the future, do not try to fight me. If you do, you will have to bear the consequences." Was this true? When they heard Master God Diviner's words, everyone was stunned. They didn't know what he meant. Under normal circumstances, if Master God Diviner had already placed a forbidden power within the Primal Chaos Stone Tablets, how could he so easily choose to give them up? After all, if things continued like this, Master God Diviner would be able to control them. Why would Master God Diviner suddenly choose to give them up? Master God Diviner didn't say, and the other rulers of space didn't ask. After everyone had left, Yi Dugu asked, "Father, why did you do this?" Yi Dugu couldn't understand. Based on his father's actions, he would have given up the chance to control the rulers of space. Did his father not care about them at all? Master God Diviner shook his head. He said helplessly, "Dugu, there is something you don't know. Ever since the Primal Chaos Plane appeared and the 12 Primal Chaos Stone Tablets descended, I discovered a problem. The power I designed for 10,000 years has automatically disappeared." Yi Dugu, of course, knew what his father meant. It seemed that even his father didn't know what was going on. Things were very troublesome. "Father, if these people attack us in the future, what should we do?" If he said he wasn't afraid, he would be lying. No matter what, Dragon Annihilation and the others were rulers of space. If all of them joined forces, not to mention himself, even his father wouldn't be able to deal with them. Although his father's Primal Chaos Stone Tablet was a high-level one, he hadn't truly mastered it. He couldn't grasp the power within. Even if he could, it would be less than 1%. That was about the same as the other rulers of space. Let's wait and see. What we need to do now is think of a way to get the remaining 11 Primal Chaos Stone Tablets. From there, we can create an army of rulers of space that belongs to us. Chapter 23:30. If that really was the case, that would be for the best. But Yi Gudu knew very well that even a third of the primal chaos steles would be a fortune amidst misfortune, let alone 11. Seemingly able to guess what Yi Gudu was thinking, Master God Diviner didn't continue to dwell on this question. The key is Longao. Ah! What did that mean? Hearing his father's words, Yi Gudu was somewhat confused. He didn't know why his father valued Longao so much. Even if Longao swallowed the primal chaos steles and was lucky enough to refine them, at most he would be like him, a ruler of the universe. His father didn't even care about the other rulers of the universe. What was a Longao to him? He really didn't understand. Yi Gudu didn't know what was going on with his father. Father, what's going on with Longao? Since things were already like this, Master God Diviner didn't plan on hiding anything. Gudu, you've always asked me why I value Longao so much. I'll tell you now. Yi Gudu's ears perked up as he listened carefully. This was something that he had always wanted to know. Now, his father was finally going to tell him. I've been trying to figure out why we can swallow and refine the primal chaos steles, but we can't truly control their power. Yi Gudu didn't say anything. He just listened quietly. And I've been trying to figure it out for so many years, but I haven't had the slightest clue. Only after Longao appeared did my calculations begin to take shape. At this point, if Yi Gudu still couldn't understand the meaning behind his father's words, then he really would be an idiot. Father, you mean to say that Longao can help us truly control the power of the primal chaos steles? Yi Gudu knew very well what it meant to control the power of the primal chaos steles. It was impossible to see any clues about the 3 levels of the primal chaos steles. This was because the 12 rulers of the universe back then had been roughly equal in strength. None of them had been able to do anything to the other. If Master God Diviner could control the power of the other primal chaos steles, then he could sit back and relax. But now, the situation was completely different. If the other rulers of the universe were to refine the primal chaos steles and recover their peak strength, then his advantage would disappear. But if he could truly control the power of the primal chaos steles, then things would be different. Once the power appeared, the difference would appear. That was indeed the case. Master God Diviner couldn't wait to get his hands on the Chaos Tablet's power. That way, even if all the Chaos Tablets combined, they wouldn't be a match for him. That's right. The key is Longao. After thinking for a moment, Master God Diviner said, according to my calculations, if nothing unexpected happens, Longao will be able to help me get the power of the Chaos Tablet. Do you understand what I'm saying? He nodded. Yi Gudu said, Father, I know what to do. I know you don't like Longao, but for the sake of the bigger picture, we must endure. Once you and I are able to truly control the power within the Chaos Stone Tablet, it won't be too late to kill Longao. All of the rulers of space had given up on keeping watch. They all left and found a secluded place to refine the primal Chaos Tablet, hoping to become a ruler of space sooner. None of them were fools. Even if they could find out who had obtained the primal Chaos Tablet, what use would that be? They might as well take care of their own business first. They had worked so hard to remove the power of the primal Chaos Tablet. If they chose to stay and wait, then they really would be fools. No one would do such a thing. Only Master God Diviner and Yi Gudu, father and son. They both knew that if they could obtain 11 primal Chaos Tablets, that would be the equivalent of creating 11 rulers of space. What sort of concept was that? Longao was doing his best to track down the whereabouts of the 7 primal Chaos Tablets. The entire primal Chaos plane was shrouded in a storm of blood. No one knew who would obtain the primal Chaos Tablet, but no matter who it was, they would be surrounded and attacked by countless people. Even so, no one chose to give up. An endless stream. The remaining 7 primal Chaos Tablets seemed to have completely disappeared. No matter how they searched, there was no sign of them. According to Longao's plan, they were preparing to take the remaining 7 primal Chaos Tablets, then leave the primal Chaos plane. But now, Longao had changed his mind. He didn't know what was going on with Aoshue. The power she needed was too great. The sooner Aoshue devoured the primal chaos tablet, the more advantageous it would be for Aoshue. That was exactly how it was. Longao didn't hesitate at all. He immediately left the primal chaos plane and rushed back to the soaring dragon plane. Longao felt helpless towards this unborn child of his. Even if he had started cultivating in his mother's womb, after so long, the child still hadn't been born. Even now, Longao couldn't sense how strong his child was. Even Aoshue couldn't sense it. He was very shocked. In short, Longao knew one thing, and that was that this child of his was definitely not simple. Brother Long, do I really have to devour this primal chaos tablet? Aoshue naturally knew what a primal chaos tablet meant. She had never thought that she would one day be able to devour a primal chaos tablet. If that was the case, wouldn't she become a ruler of space in the future? A ruler of space, a true ruler of space, an undefeatable existence. Longao smiled and said, Aoshue, this primal chaos tablet has the attribute of life. If you devour it, it will bring unspeakable benefits to our child. Be obedient and devour this primal chaos tablet. In the future, you won't fall into a coma again. Good for the child. Originally, Aoshue wanted to refuse. But when she heard that it would be good for the child, she nodded and said, if it's good for the child, then I'll devour the primal chaos tablet. Seeing Aoshue agree, Longao finally let out a sigh of relief. He was afraid that Aoshue would refuse. Brother Long, then what about Sister Bai Ling? Of course, Aoshue knew that Yu Yin had devoured the primal chaos tablet. She didn't feel the slightest bit of jealousy or hate. Especially at this time, she was actually thinking that Bai Ling hadn't devoured the primal chaos tablet. Of the three sisters, she and Yu Yin had already devoured their own primal chaos tablets. Only Bai Ling was left. Longao smiled again and said, Yu Yin has devoured the primal chaos tablet. You have devoured the primal chaos tablet. As for Bai Ling, I've already thought about it. Of the remaining 7 primal chaos tablets, I will choose the most suitable one for Bai Ling and let her devour it. I believe this will be the most beneficial for her. Chapter 2331. Aoshue didn't hesitate in the slightest. It immediately began to devour the Life Chaos tablet. Including the Life Chaos Steely, Longao had already acquired a total of 5 Chaos Steelies. Within the Chaos Plane, there were still 7 Chaos Steelies left. If other people were to know that Longao had already obtained a 5-sided Primal Chaos Stone tablet, who knew if they would be scared silly? What did that mean? Longao had 5 Chaos tablets. As long as nothing unexpected happened, he could create 5 rulers of the universe. But as long as Longao and the others weren't there, no one in the universe would find out. Not even Master God Diviner. Xiling found Longao and went straight to the point. Longao, you've got 5 Chaos tablets. Do you want to continue? I have to. Xiling knew Longao's personality very well. Xiling knew that even if he continued to persuade him, it wouldn't make any difference. Seeing Xiling's serious expression, Longao was very curious. He didn't know why Xiling had come looking for him, but he was sure that Xiling couldn't be doing nothing. Xiling, what's going on? Why don't you tell me? Longao, I just received news that, for some reason, Master God Diviner has come into contact with the taboo of the chaos tablets of the other rulers of the universe. Heh! Longao finally understood why Xiling was so serious. Because under normal circumstances, Master God Diviner had worked so hard to get this opportunity. How could he give it up so easily? What was the reason? Xiling, can you figure out why? Xiling said uncertainly, I'm sure you've already guessed that Master God Diviner wouldn't be so kind as to give up this opportunity so easily. This was exactly what he'd thought. If that was the case, then why was Master God Diviner doing this? Before Longao could say anything, Xiling went on to say, if I'm not mistaken, Clairvoyant Master Clairvoyant doesn't want to give up. It's because of the Chaos Plane and the 12 Chaos Tablets. Clairvoyant Master Clairvoyant doesn't know what's going on. How could Longao not know what Xiling meant? Now that he thought about it, That was indeed the case. If that was the case, then the Chaos Plane and the 12 Chaos Steelies were simply too terrifying. Even Master Clairvoyant wouldn't be able to do anything about it. Xiling, what do you mean? Xiling couldn't have done this if it were just this. He sighed deeply. Xiling's face was grave. He said helplessly, Longao, I don't know why, but I have a bad feeling about this. Bad premonition? What did that mean? The more he listened, the more confused he became. In any case, Longao felt that Xiling was very strange today, unlike the Xiling from before. What did Xiling mean? Xiling, what's going on with you? Longao was very worried. After so many years of helping Xiling, he had come to see him as family. He was no different from his own sister. Of course, he didn't want anything to happen to Xiling. Xiling sighed again, then said helplessly, I don't know why, but ever since the Chaos Plane and the 12 Chaos Steelies appeared, I've always felt that something was going to happen in the vast universe. Longao, haven't you noticed? At that point, Purple Spirit suddenly stopped. The more Xiling acted like this, the more worried Longao became. Xiling, what did you discover? Longao, the vast universe only had 12 Chaos Steelies. Everyone knew this. But in the end, another 12 Chaos Steelies appeared, and one of them was your neutral Chaos Steelies. Do you think this is normal? It's not normal. This really wasn't normal. Longao, of course, knew what the sudden appearance of 12 Chaos Steelies meant. This was something that had been known for countless years in the vast universe. Although he knew something was wrong, he didn't know what was wrong. Longao, although I don't know what this means, I am certain that before long, something big is going to happen in the vast universe. You must use this time to refine the Chaos Steelies and become a ruler of the universe. Also, with the 5 Chaos Steelies you have, as well as the remaining 7, create as many rulers of the universe as you can. That way, you can deal with whatever is about to happen. Is it really that serious? Only more serious. Longao knew Xiling very well. It seemed that this was going to be very troublesome. After sending Xiling off, Longao didn't speak for a long time. He just thought quietly. He thought back and forth, but couldn't come up with anything. Longao and Xiling didn't tell anyone about this, because they didn't know what the consequences would be if word of this got out. It was still the same thing. The current situation was very special. The most important thing right now was to do everything possible to continuously increase his strength, especially by devouring the Chaos Steelies. Longao knew very well that the more rulers of the universe there were in his soaring dragon empire, the better it would be for himself and his empire. Longao didn't immediately head to the Chaos Plane. Although the remaining 7 Chaos Steelies had all disappeared, he was certain that it was almost impossible for others to obtain them. He also had a feeling that the appearance of 12 Chaos Steelies in the Chaos Plane was somehow related to him. If it wasn't related, then it would be nonsense for him to obtain 5 Chaos Steelies at once. If it were any other time, or if it were anyone else, not to mention 5 Chaos Steelies, even 1 Chaos Steely would be a great fortune amidst misfortune. But his situation was completely different. Ever since the Clairvoyant Master started paying attention to him, Longao already knew that his situation might be special. He might be a variable. If he could really affect the universe, it might not be a bad thing. But first, he had to consider his family. He was alone, so he could do whatever he wanted, but he couldn't implicate his family. Because of this, Longao didn't head to the Chaos Plane. Instead, he thought about what to do with the soaring dragon empire. In this situation, the empire didn't want to conquer the universe. Instead, they had to deal with the aftermath. Because he and Xiling had sensed something, if something big really happened in the universe, what would happen to their family? This was the first thing they had to deal with. The Chaos Palace was the first place Longao thought of. If they could all enter the Chaos Palace, he had full confidence that no matter what happened in the universe, he and his family wouldn't have to fear it. They wouldn't even have to fear the Clairvoyant Master. But the problem now was that the Chaos Palace would take the initiative to attack others, and it couldn't last more than 6 hours. This was the biggest problem. You're tuning in to the Celestial War YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.